Start the screen
because
recording.
yes,
Oh,
sharing
alright.
screen because I'm
All right,
professional
before
at
we
this.
start, how have you guys been? Like, how have you guys just, how's life been
Then
lately?
let's not start
Mm.
recording. Oh well, we'll start recording. What's up?
Wow,
Congratulations
okay.
and welcome.
Wow, can't you just cut this part out? Like, can't you just edit it out later? Or like
Don't
what?
edit shit of this podcast.
Sure, we'll edit.
Oh, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 6th episode of the Law Attraction Podcast.
Really,
I'm your host,
Six?
Brian.
Wow, I can't believe
We
we're going
made
that
it
long.
6 episodes deep. I got a nasty tan line. Hope y'all don't see that.
So do
I
I.
have not watched any of these episodes, so
It's okay. Neither have we.
Neither, yeah, we just kind of put these out.
Oh, I'll send you the doc link that we'll be discussing because we're
It should be
professional at
in
this. Oh, yeah, it's in the chat. Do you still have the access to the chat? Do you have the access to the updated chat? I don't know. I don't use Zoom that often.
Wait, what? The
In
chat?
In the Zoom
Yeah,
chat.
use Zoom in the
Yeah,
chat.
I know how to use the chat. Yeah, what about it?
Is there a link in there still?
No, there's not a link. No.
I will reshare it.
Or I'll send it to her. There.
Okay, Brian has resent it. So that link is what we'll be talking about because we are very professional and we're prepared and we've already started recording for the past minute and a
So I
bit.
have to open this and I'm gonna read through it and stuff.
You don't have to read through it. This is what we're probably talking about.
Yeah, you can just keep along with it. You know what I mean?
Okay, all right.
All right.
So,
It's like a usual.
So
yeah.
first off, let's talk about our guest here. So we
Yes.
got Danielle. Tell us about
Mhm.
yourself.
Introduce yourself, talk about how we met you, what kind of cars you
myself.
drive, other random interesting
Is this like Car Central? Like Car
No,
Central?
because right now our first main topic is actually the Apple event. So
Oh, okay.
Let's
Okay,
talk
well,
about your cars then. Who are you? What do you do?
okay. I'm Danielle, and I am Brian and Dan's friend. I met them through Owen, and at a rave, right? I met you guys at a rave, audio, right, or something.
no.
I think.
Wait,
No.
you went to Excision?
I think it was from raving. I think it
I
was from
thought it was
raving, but it was
Excision.
from Owen.
I thought it was Excision.
Was it?
I thought it was Excision.
Oh yeah. We all did go to Excision, but I don't think I met you guys at Excision.
No.
So I don't really know.
I don't think I ever met you, but we just all got in a group chat together and now we're friends.
Yeah, I don't think. I think just through group chat and everything.
I still remember.
And I drive a BMW. I drive an 07 328.
Ooh,
So,
nice.
yeah. Yeah, I
Is
put
it
the lip
stock?
on it. Colored
Oh,
my
you have a
wheels.
lip on it? Okay.
It's like mostly stock, but I'm trying to lower it. Like I'm trying to put springs in it like soon, but
Just cut
we'll
them.
see. What?
Just cut
Cut
them.
the
what?
springs.
Is that really what you do? Like you can do
No.
that?
Yeah. You definitely
You can, but I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, don't do it. I'm kidding.
Wait, why would you not recommend it though?
Because then it doesn't fit properly and you have a lot more bounce to it.
It's
Or
kind of
Ah,
sketchy.
it might
okay.
shoot off. I don't know.
It's like really sketchy.
Oh, okay.
That's more wouldn't do it for you.
All right.
You can probably do it. You can probably do springs. Easy.
All right. I like shit I can do with my car that's like hella cheap, but still like make it look good. So it's whatever.
Yo,
It's a
so
date car.
what happened with your plastic dipped wheels? Because I saw you spraying that off.
Oh, okay. So I searched up like good plastic dip, right? But then apparently I actually bought an actual wheel paint, like the duplicolor wheel paint,
Oh no.
and I didn't know it was plastic dip. So I mean, I put that like all over my tires, and then like I thought it would be easy to like remove and then like layer over,
Lord.
but it was actually like so I like didn't like the first one, and I thought I could redo it, but all my other wheels looked really good. So then I started to take off the paint from the first wheel, thinking it was plastic dip, and that just messed up my wheel. So then I had to like power wash it and put like Goo Gone and acetone and paint thinner on it to like get rid of the paint. And then that ate through my clear coat. So then I redid it, but it's fine now. So it's all right. But yeah, it took like a lot. It took a lot.
Wait, your clear coat on the wheel?
Yeah, I had the paint thinner or like the paint stripper took off the clear coat on my wheel. But I mean I painted over it, so like it's cool. And then also I ruined the paint twice because I had to color it. I had to paint it like 30 minutes before I left for like a date because it was like my date car. So then I fucked up the paint job because I was supposed to let it dry and it didn't dry. So yeah.
Nice.
Oh man, that sounds like a mess.
It was a mess,
I've
but it's
considered
cool.
plastic dipping my wheels before, but every time I've seen other people do it, it just looks terrible after like a week, right? Because it gets gross and.
I feel like actual plastic dip would look terrible after a week, but like on this one, the paint was pretty good, but it's like a dark bronze, so I don't know if it's like different colors are different or not. But this one's held up pretty good. Like there's not much like chips and scratches on it so far. So
Okay,
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
plastic dip, if done properly, works because I have it on the front grill of my Expedition, and I really like how it turned out. I've
Oh,
only had to redo it twice
Oh,
because the
so-
first time I like pressure washed it off on accident.
Oh, I see. But my friend plastic dipped his the grill on his like BMW, his M3, and then like it's starting to chip now, but I don't know how long he's had it. Maybe like a month or two, but it's like pretty
Yeah,
chippy now.
it needs to be done on a very clean surface. If not, like there's like dirt or like wax underneath from like waxing or something, it will flake off.
I feel
it
it.
depends.
Feel it.
If you listen to Finally from DipYourCar.com,
Or
you
just
know,
get new tires and wheels. FitmentIndustries.com.
yeah,
But
exactly.
Not a
that's so
sponsor.
expensive. It's like a
Well, it depends on the wheels you're going. The ones I'm looking at are about $600 each. But
each.
yeah,
Each?
yeah,
Okay, no,
600,
it's like a
600
no.
each?
sure.
That's a no.
It's not
No,
bad.
it's a no for
I'm
me.
not dropping that money on wheels.
The other ones I'm looking at for my my Mini are about $200 each. Or
Oh
so.
yeah, I saw that you got a mini.
Yeah,
When
I
did you
got a
get that,
Mini.
and why did you?
So yeah, new people. I bought a 2006 Mini Cooper S.
You have a picture of it? Pull it up.
I do have a picture of it. So what happens is about a week ago, a customer at my work traded in their Mini Cooper and bought I want to say it was a 2 Series. And the salesperson, there's my little Mini.
Oh, cool, cool.
Um,
You can't pull it up like on the screen, like
Yeah, I was gonna say, like,
definition
fine,
or
I'll
whatever.
put it on the
look, we are a ghetto ass podcast.
All right, all right, all right.
Okay, let me find a picture on the screen. So so they traded in and they couldn't move it because it was a manual. And I was like, oh, fine, I'll move it. I'll help you out. Here's my Mini.
There we go. That's the
Oh
driver.
wow,
There's
wow. That's a nice.
my little Cooper.
Yeah.
Wow,
I keep
okay. Are you gonna
looking right at the
keep
Beamer,
it?
dude. I keep
What's-
looking right at the Beamer because of how low it is.
That's true.
So where else is there? I have another one, I think, of just that Mini. So they traded it in and the salesperson asked if I could move it because they didn't really know how to drive manual. And I was like, sure. So I moved it to the back
Cool.
and it felt nice. And being the
Mhm.
used car person I am, I was writing up the paperwork for it. So when we did our trade walk, we had the information on it. And it was high mileage. It has 207,000 miles on there.
Oh, okay.
And it's an 06. So it's an old little guy. He has some scratches, scrapes, and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So we walked it and we're gonna do a 50-point inspection on it. And then once we found out or at least my internal advisor found out the miles are on there, it was instant wholesale. Like we don't want to deal with it. I was like, I liked it though. It was a cute little guy. So then
How much did you get it for?
So the next day, one second. The next day, I wanted to drive it, move it around, and I kind of fell in love with it on the lot. I took it around the dealership, and it felt fun. Like I was like, yeah, let's go with it. And I told the used car manager, I was like, I want to keep it. Like this is like we need to keep it. It has life left in it. I have faith in this little guy. They're like, no, we're gonna wholesale it. And then I told my parents, and they're like, oh, we get like a little project car. I'm like, okay, maybe. And then I was thinking about it, and then it was Sunday. I was like, you know what? I want to buy it. So I came in on Monday. I was like, I want to buy the Mini. They're like, okay, bring it over to service. If it passes the 50 point, you can do it. So I gave it a service. It failed smog right away.
Oh, okay.
I was like, oh no. But it passed the 50-point inspection. Rear brakes are like almost out. So those need replaced within like the next month or so. And a coolant expansion tank is original. So it's gonna go any second now. I did the smog run. I did the first one. And because they wanted me to do two. So I did the first run. It was good. It was fun. I didn't really fall in love with it like I did the first time I drove it though. And I was like, do I really want to buy it? I wasn't sure if I wanted to buy it anymore. I was like, oh, I'm doing the second smog run. I was like, you know what? For BMW, since it's the BMW underneath, you have to do the 50 miles or like 15 miles or like 55 to 65 miles an hour, something like that. I really wasn't doing that because I was like, I kind of didn't want it to pass because I just kind of wanted to drive a little bit. Drove around, had some fun with it. I was like, it's a fun little car, but I was like, if it passes, if it passes,
slog test for like 2 minutes now. I swear to God.
I was like, if it passes, I
So
guess I'll have to buy it. If it doesn't, cool. I'll buy it now. Well, it passed, and I bought it.
So it passed.
Yep, it passed, and I was like, I guess I have to buy it now. So $2,000 later, I got a little mini.
It was 2,000?
Yeah.
$2,000?
Yes.
Hmm.
Well, that's not terrible.
So I now can say I bought a car with a credit card.
You bought it with a credit card?
Yeah. Points.
Interesting.
That is 6,000 Hilton points right there.
True.
So I think I'm gonna turn that into the track car.
Yeah, I'll see how much more money you dump into it.
So right now I need to finish up my 3 Series, which is my show car. I need to get that ready for Monterey Car Week next year. The Expedition will be my luxury car, and then this will be my track car. Because I want to do a big brake kit. I think I also know the color scheme. I want to wrap it.
Wait, this is gonna be your track car?
I think so.
The Mini?
Yeah.
Minis are great track cars.
Okay.
1.6 liter supercharged engine up front wheel drive. You can get it chip tuned to about 200 horsepower. Found an exhaust that I really like by Miltech. I found a Canon air filter, either Stop Tech or Brembo big brake kit. I found some seats I want to do. I think I want to make it like a matte or a satin gray with a lime green accents.
Lime green.
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay.
Because I found this
Right.
I found this other car. I kind of want to model it after. Where is it?
I pull it up.
Where is it? Here it is.
Oh, that's pretty sick.
Something
pretty
along
clean.
the lines of that.
That's cool. I mean, obviously that's a newer Mini, so it'll probably be a little bit different, but
I think make it look something a little bit like that, like satin green with like lime green accents. I think that would really kind of clean.
yeah, I mean, you could definitely you can even start just by cleaning up the existing paint and like fully correcting it and stuff.
No, the paint is actually in really good condition. There is damages to it. It has 200,000 miles on there.
Yeah.
But like tomorrow I'm gonna clean it up. But yeah, just my little Mini, my third car.
What are you gonna do to like correct the paint and stuff?
What? Yes. What?
What do you do to like clean up and like correct paint?
Just polish it out.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
Clay bar it. Yeah.
I'll continue to clay bar it. It did need some work to it. I don't know. There's this one. I don't know if you can see it in the pictures, but there's this one picture. I think no, it's not that one. I don't have a good enough picture to see it. But on the driver's door or just behind the door, there's a little bit of a indentation, and I think some of the paint is chipped away. But otherwise, it's in really good condition.
That's
it's
pretty
fun.
good.
It's a little fun little car. Yeah.
It looks cool. I like Minis. They're cool. It'll be cool to see you on the track with it.
Yeah. I already started designing one in Forza that I want to imitate. So.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah, Danielle's funny, bro. Like this dude is like the king of manifesting things. Like he will be like, oh, I like got like this 20 car garage that I made.
I do.
Next year I'll buy it.
I just need to win the lottery. Yeah, it's gonna be a nice house. It's so right now that it's a Mediterranean designed house, but I want to kind of do like a Tuscan style, with a little modern, but like some cool modern amenities inside. I want to put a dinosaur on the garage and the driveway.
Oh my God. Okay.
Daniel's like he's like a corner store crackhead, but in the suburbs. With how he describes shit. It's kind of
All
the
right.
opposite.
Wait, what do you like want to do? Like that seems like very architectural, like to me.
So what do I want to do to the
You want to win the
house?
lottery.
Yeah.
So I guess we're talking about the house now. So
Houses.
so yeah, it's let me pull it up. Let me find the house.
No, I mean, like, what do you want to do, like, job-wise? Like, is it like
Computers.
architectural? Like,
No.
oh, you want to go into computers? Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah.
Like
Business.
design.
I'm going to school for business with a focus in entrepreneurship. So yeah, like business something. That's the wrong house plan.
Where are you going right now?
Southern Hampshire University. Yeah, that's
What
the
is
wrong
that?
house.
In
It's
New
an
Hampshire?
online school.
Southern New Hampshire.
Yeah.
Oh, it's an online school. All right, I
Yeah.
feel it.
Because I like where I work, so I can't leave, and it's cheaper going somewhere.
Hell yeah, I like online classes anyways. You don't gotta
Honestly,
go.
I do too. Like it's a lot easier. Like I know people are like, oh, I'm paying so much for tuition. And I'm just, well, why didn't you do online in the first place?
Well, that's because you are paying a lot for tuition. I mean,
Yeah, but I'm like barely anything.
well, that's different. I feel like
Yeah.
your classes aren't like lecture based, right?
No.
Exactly. That's the difference. All my classes, because of the way the material has to be taught, you can't really teach that kind of material, just like through modules and online, like in like just doing like online self work.
Yeah.
So that's why it sucks for me because I'm literally watching my professor like narrate the textbook, and I'm like, I can do this in my free time on the toilet if I need to. I don't need you to do it for me. It's like if you're gonna teach me, then I'd hope that you'd be able to do it in an efficient manner.
But sorry, changing topic again for a quick second. I was cleaning my room trying to find a Bluetooth adapter yesterday because my Bluetooth wasn't working in the Mini, but I got it to work. I found I had a perfect replica of the one I bought. A little silver Mini with a black roof Cooper S. I was super excited.
That's funny.
Wait, you had a replica? What do you mean?
Like I had a little model. Like,
oh, what the heck? Just randomly?
Yeah, I found it in my room. This is not it, but I had one like this, but it was my Mini. I was like, wow, mine has in the bathroom.
I got a little Model IS 300.
Wow.
Oh, okay. All right. I need to get one from BMW.
They'll probably make one. They might make an M3. I don't know if they'll make a.
Yeah, I doubt they can make a 330.
I doubt they'll make a 3.
So this is what.
Are you gonna get any E90 M3? Danny?
What?
Are you gonna get an E90 M3?
No, why would I want that?
Danny, not Danielle.
Oh.
Everyone's telling me to get one, but like I'm just like I don't know. They're like,
no,
I don't know. I just like project cars, and M3 seem like really set already and expensive,
dude,
and like
you can make a project car. Just do the suspension on it.
I mean, yeah, but like my car's like I got it for $3,000, so like it's kind of like it was like a really good deal, and I can do whatever I want to do with
That's
it.
true.
Oh, $3,000 and 100,000 miles though. So
Damn.
and it was in really good condition. So I mean, I think that was a really good deal. So I can do whatever I want with it, and it's still like even if I resell it, I probably make some more money on it. Anyway,
yeah, you could probably sell it for about the same if you really wanted to, if not more.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna lose money on my car regardless, so I don't really care anymore.
Yeah, I've seen your front bumper.
Oh yeah, my shit's crashed. This is the stock front bumper of an IS, and mine's like hit there, got a scar there, got a bump in the hood. It's just.
What did you do to it, or I already had it?
Drifting accident into another car, scraping trying to get onto a tow truck. What else was there?
Oh yeah, just a bunch of other stuff. Just.
He's not that good of a driver.
Yeah, I'm not that great. Actually, no. I mean, I'd argue I'm a pretty good driver now. I just had to learn really quickly on my first.
Why don't you go to the track, Ryan?
Yeah.
You should like go to track.
I don't trust my car. I don't trust my car's pulling system on the track.
Okay, why don't we sign up and use one car, 2 drivers, and you could drive mine.
Maybe if you want.
Just don't get us sideways and crash into a wall like I almost did.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's the thing. I gotta get more practice and more reps just driving myself. I feel. I know the track's like a good place to do it, but I think there's some few more things I want to do to my car before I take it to a track.
I think cooling
and I want to have a lot like because it's my only car. Right? I don't have like a second car in case I total one. So yeah. I'd want to either get good track insurance because you need track insurance.
Is there track insurance?
There's track insurance. Yeah, he had it on his 3 when he brought it.
First time yes, second time no.
And the second time is the only time you almost spun out.
Yeah. Because your normal insurance doesn't cover it.
For track day, you should definitely come. There's this really cute ass girl there, Nikki.
She might see this.
No, she won't.
That's fine.
Nobody
I'm gonna
watches
send
That's
it
like
directly to
totally
her.
fine.
That is
Nikki,
true.
if
No
you're
one
looking at
watches.
this, you're cute, and I think that your driving's really good.
You're
And
lying.
that's even cuter.
You lying.
What? What do you mean?
You lying. There's no.
About what?
It's like you're just complimenting her for the sake of it.
Oh.
Yeah, I am. Why?
Yeah, because it's like no, because like the way you address that, it's like you started with the you're cute and your driving's really good. But if her driving was really
Yeah.
like the more attractive part, you would have said that first and then be like, oh, by the way, you're cute.
Honestly, okay, let's reverse it. Honestly, her driving was like when I pulled up into the track day, literally the first thing I saw was her in the car, and I didn't know that she knew us. So me and Sheena were like yelling because she was so cute, you know, like catcalling like a little bit, but like we were like, oh shit, we actually know her. So then I don't know, she had like, I don't know, she just a badass, but I think her driving was like the number one thing, to be honest.
You definitely lying because you brought you to. Anyways, let's get on to the topic.
You have to watch it, but anyways, next.
Let's get on to, what we
Okay,
talking
let's get
about?
on to topic. So
Oh
let's
my
talk
God.
about the
20
Apple
minutes later.
event.
We should
So,
talk
yeah.
about girls.
Oh,
Danny, I got a quick question for you.
Yeah.
How many
Yeah.
Apple products do you use? I know you have an iPhone, you have a Mac. What else do you
Apple
use?
products. I have an iPhone, a Mac. I have like the iPod, like the old ones. I have AirPods. I have iPads. If I didn't say that already.
So you're pretty up there. Like, did you watch the new Apple event?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
do you know anything that happened at the Apple event?
Not really.
Well, let's talk about the new Apple Watch Series 6, which
Oh yeah, I used to have an Apple Watch.
You're the fire. I love these.
I'm not wearing a watch today, but wow, I have a watch stand though. I usually wear just a normal watch. I no longer wear my smartwatch. I had smartwatches since the Galaxy Gear 2, then the Huawei watch, and then now the Fossil Explorer or something.
I mean, so about this new Apple Watch,
It has a blood oxygen sensor. Who cares about that, honestly?
that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
But why do you need it?
I mean, some people just don't have great blood oxygenation.
So then why do you want your device to tell you don't? If you know you have it, why do you need to know?
So you can monitor it over time.
That's true.
I mean, but the entire reason that they even collect data on anything is so they can monitor it over time, right? That's all.
Sure.
Faster S6 system package,
Okay.
so that just pretty much means faster processors and
Faster
stuff.
processor. And it will
Altimeter, I think that's
better,
cool.
yeah, better track, always on tracking for working out. I guess more accurate.
Oh, that's another reason they use the blood oxygen because they want to know if you're getting enough oxygen while you're working out.
Mm-hmm.
If your body's efficient, if your body's inefficient, it's not going to work well, right?
So then you would be out of breath, so you would know you. So why don't you just the SE, which is cheaper, and just like the old one,
Because it's like the old one.
but it's
Because-
cheaper.
Yeah.
It looks like the old one. It's the internals of the new one, and it's cheaper. So
But this one we get like more accurate data, right?
Yeah.
Wait, it gives you the same data as the other one. It just doesn't have the blood oxygen level. And it's the
But
sixth
then you can
generation,
add
so they've
blood
been doing it
oxygen
for
level
5
into
without
it.
it.
I mean, I think the SE is more or less like for people that have always been turned off by the price. Like, it doesn't really matter about features at that point. It's like for the people that want the Apple Watch but have never wanted to spend the $400, $450 it costs.
Well, then why didn't you just get a used previous generation? Or once
There's
the
a
new
million-
one comes
there's a
out,
million
get
what
the
ifs.
old
I mean,
generation.
I don't usually buy used tech products just because it's like if I'm gonna spend money on it, I might as well just buy the newest one and have it last long.
Sure, but or just buy the last generation once the new one comes out. So why don't you just buy the 5th one now, brand new?
I don't know, man. They make it so
Agree with
they
you,
can
Brian.
split.
Though, like, didn't they make an iPhone specifically for like being cheap? So it's kind
Yeah,
of like
the
if you bought
iPhone
that
SE.
product, it's
Yeah.
going to be cheap.
The broke bitch iPhone.
So it's like the same as the watch. Like if you want a broke bitch watch, you get that one. But
Yeah,
just
it's like-
Be like
technically, you
me.
wouldn't
It's like, would you
buy
buy a
a watch
320
if
or would you
it's
buy a
like-
330?
Just buy the last gen iPhone.
But
iPhone 4.
Alright.
Quality.
But like older phones really don't run as well as newer ones because like the tech inside like just burn out. Like they just get slower like over
Well,
time.
that's why
Yeah.
that's why the SE has the same tech as the new one,
Yeah.
right? It's just missing a couple things.
Yeah.
I mean, but the SE is like it's you know, I see a lot of people, what they do, they end up buying like the old Series 3. Like this is back when the Series 4 was out. They'd always buy the older one. So I feel
I
like this
didn't
is
even know they're on Series 6, to be honest. I thought last one I heard was Series 3, and then they have Series 6. I was like, what?
no,
Is
I
that?
before the 5 came out last year and the 6 came out.
Oh, the 4 is when it went the bigger screen.
Yeah, the 4
Okay.
is the only one that's like the one you should get at least, in my opinion.
So did 3 have, was the first one with LTE or no?
Yeah, 3 is versus LTE.
Okay. So then the 4 bigger screen, 5 had nothing, now the 6 has.
5 had always on display and like better.
They didn't have always on display before that?
Nope.
What?
My shit still turns off, and it turns on when I want it to. Yeah.
My ancient smartwatch from 5 years ago had always on display. Why didn't they do that? Was it just to try to save battery life? I thought that was a
I mean,
feature
it was
that
never as efficient. Remember?
I thought it lasted all day, but I thought you could turn it on in the settings.
No.
It would just default to always off.
No, because they do like it's like the race to wake thing. Because otherwise it would just be always on, but like it only turns on when you need it to.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Yes.
either way, what else they got?
iPad 8th generation, which is just like for schools.
Yeah,
Works with Apple Pencil. The iPad Air though, Type-C connector, so I'm super happy about that. Type-C the world. 5 colors. Do you think we'll see the new iPhone in 5 colors? Or is it just going to continue to the black, rose gold, gold, and white?
they do the cheaper iPhones for that. Remember?
Yes,
Yeah,
but
the
do you think
cheaper one has
the main,
better.
because the iPad 8th generation is the cheap iPad. The Air is like the new iPad, which is the good one. That one's going to be coming out in,
October.
but more colors. It's not coming out in gold, but it's coming out in green and blue also, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't think there's any function for like the color. Like basically, you're just
No,
gonna have like
but
hella left stock for colors people don't want.
also,
just-
and people are just going to put a case on it because.
I mean, you can
Yeah.
put a case on it, but I mean the aesthetic of it. Like I have a green car, but I want to put a like cover on it all the time. It's kind of weird, you know. Just get the base
Yeah.
model.
Well, also, do you have what iPhone color do you have? Do you have a color?
I have a black.
phone? Okay. But if you had a colored one, would you put a case on it?
If I had a colored
Like
one,
if you had a
I
rose gold
probably
one
would.
or something.
I would because of like the safety of it. Yeah.
So then, okay.
I have a skin. I mean, it's a black
Yeah,
skin
I've-
on a black phone, but
We'll have a silver
skin
skin
don't
on a
affect
white
my
phone.
the skin's not too bad. I don't mind it. I do like how it kind of like I run with my phone in my hand because I don't have a I hate running with pockets, so I just kind of carry it and it sticks pretty well. It holds
Yeah.
my hand pretty well.
Well, I have zipper pockets at work, so I can just like zip them up and run if I
Nice.
need to.
New processor, same old shit. Starts at $600.
It has thinner bezels, which I don't like on a tablet. I like chunky bezels on a tablet to put my fingers on.
You can kind of get used to it though. It's got good rejection.
It does, but again, I use an iPad at work, and I was processing a lease return and accidentally hit a expedited third-party inspection when I was supposed to do a dealer self-inspection,
Ooh.
and it was near the end of the day, and I was like, oh no, because they're based in the other side of the country, so I had to call and hope. Thankfully, they were still there to unground the vehicle so I could reground it with a dealer self-inspection because I was using it in portrait mode, which I usually use in landscape mode, which has the bigger bezel.
Nice.
So that, to me, I would rather have like a little chunkier bezel so I can actually put my thumbs on. Because on my phone, I hold it like this because it has a full display. But on a tablet, it's bigger, so you want to hold on to it like that.
I mean,
At
I
least
could barely
for
see
me.
that considering we have a shared screen not doing shit right now. So
Yeah.
Whatever.
Fitness Plus, which is a paid service now.
Yeah.
Why?
Let me see.
There's so many fitness services now, but why are they all subscription based? Why don't you just like find videos on YouTube?
They're subscription based
You
because
stole it from me.
I did. They're subscription based because, well, I mean, people are willing to pay for it. It's cheaper than gym membership, especially now that gyms are closed.
Yeah.
That's true. COVID and everything. So
I mean, if you
I
buy
feel
an
like
Apple Watch,
everything fitness stuff.
that's true.
You downloaded a doc recently, I see.
Wait, what?
Brian downloaded something recently. You have a lot of tabs on the guy.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Oh, I
I have a
Professional.
couple of tabs open, my bad.
Oh, this is your screen, Ryan?
Yeah, it's mine.
Oh, you guys just switched sharing screens?
I
He
stole it from him.
stole it from me. I was
Oh,
not.
Because he's had the shit on, so it's like well, it's finally
Oh,
sort of
okay,
talking
I
about it,
see.
you know?
Okay, fine. Well, you can take that. Well, we didn't have pictures of cool things, so I didn't share my screen of cars.
All right, there we go.
Are you
But-
a fan of having like tons of tabs open or not? Like,
I'm a tab
Yeah.
freak.
See, his is even
oh,
worse.
you like
but,
having a lot of tabs open?
If you go back to mine, I have a lot more tabs.
I have two windows of tabs. Like, cause like I got my I got one monitor up here, and then I got my MacBook monitor.
Oh, yeah.
So
And you function like that, like just fine?
I function just fine. I love it because it's
I
like
need
have,
tabs.
them all.
I have like 4 tabs that are always on my like I got my Twitter, which is
Pinned
always
ones?
on. I
Well-
got my spending. I got my emails, both of them.
Oh, okay.
No, it's probably not.
What'd you buy? What'd you buy? Something. Oh, but you have a lot of music stuff.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Do you have like a specific order of them that you like them to be in, or like it's just
It's just for productivity because it's like I know all my Atlas Noir stuff is in this email. This is my personal email for like for me. My spending, so I can track spending, and then also got Twitter, just Twitter. Yeah. Aside from this, what else they got? They
Well,
have Apple.
Once they know that, the Peloton shares dipped 5%.
Oh yeah.
What is with that ad? Oh, because you're using a.
I'm using a dark mode. Yeah.
Are you on Safari?
No, I'm on Chrome.
Really?
Yeah, I have dark mode for Chrome.
But why was the ad white? That's weird.
I don't know. I guess it's just bad textures. Wait, do you use Spotify, Danny, or Apple Music?
I
use Spotify.
When I say Daniel, I mean Daniel. When I say Daniel,
sorry. People call me Dan
I'm
at
gonna
work.
assume, yeah, it's kind of hard having two Dan.
it is
Dans.
kind of hard. Like I could call you Big D and Little D, but
Yep.
Oh my god,
No.
I'm the big D.
Oh. Okay.
But I mean, I don't use Apple. I don't use this. I don't use Apple Arcade.
I didn't even know Apple Arcade was a thing. What is that? Is it just
it's like a paid. It's like it's like PlayStation Plus. They used to have like paid subscriptions for video games.
so paid subscription for free to play games, basically?
Pretty much, yeah. I think it's
Okay.
done. Apple
Sure.
News. I mean, I just use Twitter for news. I don't even do that. So.
Yeah, it's probably not reliable. I just use Google Newsfeed, but same thing. But I was looking at that. That's a lot of money for $14.95. Okay, it's not that bad for music, TV. So okay, that's a good
because
amount.
music alone is $10.
Okay.
It's $5 is for your student.
The cloud storage is pretty good, 50 gigs. Still not a
Wait, but
lot.
for the music, you have to like buy your own songs and stuff, though, right? Like you don't.
No,
just get,
it's
like
like
everything.
it's like a paid music service.
It's like Spotify.
or
Apple
something.
Music is like Spotify.
Oh, okay, okay.
But yeah, I mean, it's not gonna be something that I'm looking for, but it's like if I was like if I was like a fully Apple family, maybe.
Yeah. Like
I don't think
I pay, what is it? I think I'm $15 a month for YouTube Premium, and I have everyone.
Premium?
Yeah, I have YouTube Premium.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, I'm on a YouTube Premium family plan.
Ad-free YouTube is just.
What
It
about
is so
YouTube
clutch,
Premium?
dude. I have not seen an ad in like 4 months.
Yeah, ad-free YouTube, honestly.
Because YouTube ads are like crazy. Like they're doing like 2-3 ads of video.
Yeah,
Cutting off the video when it gets good.
and I use YouTube Music for my music service now because they killed off my Google Play Music, which is still not as good as Play Music, but that's a different topic for another day.
But yeah, now we got iOS 14. Did you update, Danny, or no?
Did I update? I actually don't even know if I updated, but I think I did.
So
Yeah.
basically, Android, was it 7.0 Lollipop?
This is pretty much like an old version of Android that they put onto iOS.
So you have widgets now. You can set default apps for your email and web browser. You have an app library. You can search in the emoji keyboard. You can watch picture-in-picture in YouTube videos, and you can tap the back of your phone for some action
They
triggers.
finally added this though. They finally got rid of like the full display call shit, which is really annoying.
Seriously?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've had to deal with that all the time.
I I I thought if you were already, I thought the full display was only if it was locked. I've been out of the Apple ecosystem
It's
for
all the
so
time,
long.
dude. So like, imagine like I'm on my phone browsing Reddit. It'll block off my entire Reddit screen just to show me a call.
What? Oh, because I've always had it. Yeah, I've had the top banner where it's like decline a screen call or answer.
I like picture in picture though for FaceTime, but at the same time, there was also something really nice about putting someone on pause for FaceTime. Like there's like a level of satisfaction. It's like, okay,
Right.
I'm gonna put you on pause now because I don't want to look at you no more.
Wait, yeah, so they're not letting you put them on pause anymore, or what?
Nah, because they got the picture in picture shit.
So wait, what does that mean? Like they're gonna always be able to like see you, or what?
Yes.
Mhm.
Oh, ew, no, that's not good.
Yeah.
I feel like that is not a thing.
They gotta add like a manual camera shut off thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they should. Yeah, that's
They
weird.
probably will.
Messages. I'd like the pin messages. I don't like how it's integrated, but I like that you can now pin your messages and leave them at the top. So, because like I have some group chats that I always go to, or some people I always talk to. So instead of having to scroll through my phone to find them or search it, I can just throw it on top.
That is true. I think I have something like that, but I have to go into the
I like
the
the
phone
mentions,
app.
too.
The phone app has the favorites at the top, and you can click those here to messages.
This is pretty much like it's like integrating the best parts about Discord into into iOS, in my opinion.
People still use Apple Maps.
Oh,
I did see that. I like that charging feature in Apple Maps. I'm pretty sure Google Maps will implement that within the
That's
next
kinda
like
cool.
month. For someone who plans to get an electric car, I like that.
I want an exhaust. I want to hear my car.
My
Yeah,
exhaust
Siri.
Wait, Daniel,
really
do you
care
like
about
loud
Siri.
cars too?
What's that?
Like,
I like loud cars, but also I want to be able to make it quiet when I need to.
yeah, see, I'm not a fan of like the really loud exhaust and stuff in the cars.
Yeah.
At least for me.
Like
I just
it's
feel like I
fun.
like to talk to the person next to me and stuff.
Yes, 100%. Like my
Yeah.
Expedition is almost too loud inside. Like I need to do something to it to make it quieter. Like I need to add some sound insulation inside. But I want to be able to open the windows and hear it go because I like the sound it makes.
That's what I'm
That's
trying to go
true.
for. Like if either because with my car I have that little I have a little like silencer piece I can throw in the very back of the muffler to make it a little bit quieter. So it still has tone, but it's not like loud.
You know. And then
But
the exhaust I'm getting from my 3 Series is valved, so I can have it in comfort mode. It's quiet, but in sport mode you can hear it.
yeah, that's what I want. But they don't make those for my car, so it's like whatever.
Yeah.
Home. I don't really use Home, but I do like the automations. Like they pretty much have like this no new setting where you can create custom scripts for your phone. So I have one scripted so that whenever it connects to my car's Bluetooth, it automatically opens Spotify and sets the volume to 75%. So
Wait, you
things
can
like
make your own script
yeah, you like you do the Siri shortcuts. You can create your own scripts, and so you can tell it what you want to do at a certain time.
See, I've
Oh,
never
what?
found a function to use that for because I have that on Google Home. I don't. I've never really had a need to use that. I like doing stuff myself, I guess, even though I want stuff to do it itself. Sometimes I don't want it to do that. Like if I get in the car, I don't want it to like do something.
Well, that's why I make it very specific. You know, like and I
Then
make
if you make it
I-
too specific, it's almost not useful.
well, I mean, I make it specific in the sense of like, you know, I don't have like a million things going on at once. Like if I tell my Google Home that I want to do like it's bedtime, then it'll automatically like turn the volume down. It'll tell me what my next calendar events are for that day, and it's all just very like easy basic things. It's not going to be like changing like the colors of my lights or like anything like that. I think that's dumb. But
Yeah.
I could have that if I wanted
The
to.
thing is, I don't like talking too loud on that. It's in nighttime, so I don't use that.
Yeah.
The only time I use it is during Christmas time because I can just say like, hey Google, Merry Christmas, and it'll turn on the entire lights of the house. No.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's what I have it set to do.
I do like the whole car key thing. I think that's kind of cool.
Oh,
But
on certain phones and certain cars and stuff. Like
yeah,
that.
it's only on certain cars sometimes. It works up to 5 hours even if your iPhone bad. That is clutch. I like how they thought of that.
Oh, for like
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's kind of wait. What the power of the car key or?
Yeah, for your car key.
Yeah, parking.
Okay.
I was gonna say it's like imagine you're
Okay,
you're
so
somewhere
it, like-
your phone.
So it turns off the phone battery like early, basically. So
Yeah.
the phone says like, I have 10% battery left. It'll only show you like 1%, so it can just like stay in reserve. That's
Yeah, it's
pretty
like
cool.
reserve
I
battery.
thought that you can send someone your car key too.
That is
that
pretty
big.
cool. I like that. So
Yeah.
like,
That's pretty good.
you know, if I have to go home or something, or if I have to go do something, and
But
then
I believe that only works on right now currently BMWs because I don't know if Tesla's going to implement it.
540i, baby.
I think Tesla implements it in their own app. BMW's doing it.
These
So.
battery notifications get kind of annoying. I've kind of had to deal with them. I mean, the battery's fine, but like every time I unlock my phone, it tells me my AirPods are connected to the phone. But it's like I know that because they're in my ears and I'm using them. It always gives me these things.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, I get those.
But they're small, so I guess that's not terrible.
Yeah. App clips. This I haven't seen yet.
So basically, that's like I want to say it was Google Instant App.
Yeah, that's something similar like that, but in the notification. So it would send you a notification when you hear something, but now it actually like pulls up a whole pop-up.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
Privacy, same old shit.
Cool.
And so much more, they always say. I'm off the Apple stuff. I don't know. You guys got any thoughts on it?
It's not compelling me enough to get the next iPhone. I need to see the iPhone. It's good. I do like the widgets. I use them on my phone. I have a calendar widget on my home screen. I'm a Chrome user, so I would like to set my web browser. App library, because I only want one home screen. Keyboard search with emojis. I use that actually quite frequently. YouTube picture-in-picture. I use that frequently if I need to go out and do a quick Google search. I use those all features, but I don't know if it's enough to compel me to.
Hold up, let me put this on mute.
Ooh,
Whoa! Whoa, you're lagging.
That's the new M5.
the lag, bro.
The Nürburgring.
Wow.
Ooh, that's pretty sick though.
I think those look like black taillights or like smoked taillights or
They
something.
do look super clean. Like when we have them come in, they look good.
I love the M5. I didn't like it at first. It had to grow on me a little bit.
Oh, I
When
instantly
the
love
5
the
Series came
M5.
out, when I saw the M5, I was like, wow, that's a car.
I would take an M5 over an M3 any day of the week.
Same.
Because M5 is just more car. It's more mature, and I guess I'm a more mature person than some people.
Yeah, I would say that.
Why do you think it's more mature?
Because it's a bigger, more family, more comfort-oriented performance vehicle. M3 is more fun, sporty, nippy, like going in and out of traffic. M5 is much more luxurious, but it still has enough power to rip your face off.
Like the M3 is like the car that you'd buy if you had your first kid and you had your first car seat, and then the M5 is the car you buy when like your kid's like 5, 6, 7 years old.
No, the M5 is the car you get by when. No, what happens? M3 is when they're young.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can't afford it because you can't get them in and out. Then you get the minivan. They go off to college. Then now you have enough money to get your M5.
That too. That works.
Like
I don't know. Danielle, what's the next car you want to buy?
What kind of car do I want to buy?
Yeah, like next.
You can't
Like,
really ask
your
me
absolute
that.
next car would be?
It changes.
My
Like, yeah. Can't ask
car that I like to want?
Or like what kind of car do you want next? Because obviously you got your 3.
All right, honestly, like the car that I've just always wanted is just like a Range Rover.
Dope.
That's what I want.
Really?
Range Rover.
Yes.
I love Range Rovers. I know they're
And, like,
unreliable,
I'm
but I want one.
I want one. They look so clean.
Like, I would take a Range Rover over a G-Wagon.
No,
Yeah,
I would take
I
a
would
G-Wagon.
take a Range Rover G-Wagon.
I would totally take a G-Wagon.
No.
Because
I've driven a G-Wagon. They're terrible.
Oh, yeah, me too. But like
But why would you want one? Why would you want a terrible car?
for the flex, man.
No.
Oh my.
Wait, have you seen this, Danny? The
Me?
news?
Wow,
No,
you're
I
just
haven't.
jumping topics. You just want to get through it all. Okay.
I do because we have a lot to get through, and it's like
We don't have to cover all of
The
them.
whole visual?
That's true.
Damn.
But
Okay.
it's like
Okay,
you want to keep it's like this is literally exactly what my issue is when I DJ. I get bored of like hearing my own shit or hearing the same thing for too long, so I just want to switch, keep going.
All right, let's
Yeah, this
go
is the new
through
Z.
it. 'Cause- wait, did we even talk about the Taco Bell? You have a Taco Bell.
We will get to that. We will get to that. I'm just like I'm building the set. It's like it's
Fine.
gotta stay on cars. We gotta transition over to the Taco Bell.
Okay, all right. Okay.
I
What do you
don't
think
like
about this
it.
thing?
I
React.
don't like it.
The new rice rocket.
I don't
That
care.
rear
It
end
looks
looks
pretty
kind of
good to
cool.
me. I mean,
It's
Front
okay,
end
but
can die. I hate the front end. I hate this.
It looks
I
like
like it.
something
It
in
looks
it looks like
like
something in SpongeBob. It looks cute, but I
it
would
looks
never
cute.
get one.
I like
It looks like a Mini Cooper and like a Super headset
No, I don't see Supra in there at all.
with just the front lights.
No,
I mean, the Super lights are different, but like I feel like that design.
no, no. Supra is not even in the picture in this car.
I do like that 6-speed manual though. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, but I'm not a GDM person. It doesn't suit my fancy.
Would I buy one?
I
No.
like how it says Spare Lady on there still.
That is pretty cool.
I like the classic throwback. Oh, who cares about the F pace? Go back.
No, it's fine.
No, who cares? No, back, back, back,
Back what?
back to the Datsun.
You mean the Nissan?
Datsun. I like how it said Fair Lady on the back. I don't know if they're gonna keep that right there. That I like.
They'll probably.
I like how I'm pointing at this, but no one can see it.
Yeah, I know.
I like how they kept their little emblem on the side. Those are cool throwbacks, but I'm just like, it's to me it's just like another little car. It doesn't have
It just.
presence.
I feel like this is like a nice blend between performance and technology.
It's like I want a GT86, but I want something a little bit more, and that's what you get.
Well, the Nissan engines sound pretty good.
They're okay. They're not my favorite, to be honest. It's a good sound. It makes like a trumpety sound because of the way their valves are set up or something like that.
Yeah, what do you think?
of this car.
Yeah.
I've seen like the older models, and like I think the body of this one's a lot nicer than the older ones.
Yeah.
This one's sharper. This looks like a 3D model. The other ones are really round.
Yeah.
You know, like
I do like
rounded
the more
everywhere.
angular design.
Sharp.
Does this look realistic to you? Like I feel like it looks like a concept
It
car to
looks
me.
like a 3D model.
It does
Like,
look kind of
it's like-
concept-y, 3D model-ish. Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
I like the rear end though. That rear end is sick.
The rear end's nice. I like how sharp the front is too, though.
I like.
I do
that.
like-
I honestly do like that from Grill because the first generation. What was it? The 320.
350.
That picture right there looks like a 3D model for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. But
Honestly,
that like U4 to grill kind of thing.
I kind of like that
That's
hood design.
cool.
But
I like that.
the first generation of like this latest generation had a very squared off front grille. I saw it the other day.
Yeah, I kind of did, but it worked better because it had like more front-faced headlights. These are kind of to the side.
Well, they're sloped back.
I have to see it in real life. I really have to see it in real life.
I don't like that angle. I like the other angle.
It all comes down to real life because there's some cars that just I feel like this looks better than the Super rear end, but the front of the Super looks better than this.
No, I don't like the Supra at all. But I would say, yes, that you're right. Some cars on pictures do look better or worse than in real life. Like like going back to that M5, the M5 or the 5 Series in general, I don't like in pictures, but in real life looks amazing. Like it just looks weird in pictures. I think the grill sticks out too far or something like that. But in real life, the proportions are all there.
Maybe it's twin turbo, huh?
Yeah, because
Before
everything's turbo nowadays.
we go to Taco Bell, did you see this? They're like teasing, like BMW dropped teasers of the new M3.
It's announced in 3 days. We'll find out more soon then.
Okay,
But-
we'll just save it for next week. But
No, so it is coming out with a 6-speed, as people see. It's coming out with a 6-speed manual only on the normal model. The competitions will be automatic only.
I like that. That's gonna make it
Ooh.
shopping for it a little bit easier.
I don't know about the all-wheel drive and rear-wheel drive versions, but it also is coming out in, what was it, 2, 4, 6, 7 colors. A white, a yellow, a black, a blue, a red, a green, and a gray. That green looks amazing.
This is a car that I feel like I'll start to like the front end more and more when I see it, but I feel like this is a car that I would totally buy.
Because they've been teasing for so long, the grills have already grown on me. Like it's not like ew anymore. I still don't think this is gonna be the M3 because the G20 is already completely different design.
but
So are they going to
what was
LCI
that?
the 3 Series to make it look like this one? Because then if not, are they going to LCI the M3 ever?
Oh, let
Because
me
the
look at them real quick.
G20, the current 3 Series came out in 2019 as a new model year. This is a 2021. So that's only 3 years. Are they going to do another 3 years of 6-year run and keep this one an LCI version and not do that for the next gen?
Okay, but let me show you this. Let me show you this thing they put up on Instagram. What does that say right there?
Yeah, M3.
Yeah, and look at those damn grills.
Yes. But are they going to, so like I said, is that going to be the LCI 3 Series?
Open door?
The Life Choice Index 3 Series.
You're right.
And now they're going to make the current 3 Series look like that and not LCI the M3.
I don't know, man. It could be either or.
Wait, what's life choice index? Like, what is that? What does that mean?
So what BMW does, if I'm not mistaken, is they do something called LCI it, which is they have a model year or a specific body, like yours is an E90. Halfway through the generation, they changed it up, make some improvements, take away some stuff, and they call it an LCI, and then that's for the rest of the model years. Like for the F30, when they LCI'd it, they changed from the N series of engines to the B series of engines, and they changed the taillights and headlights. That was about it.
Okay.
On your generation, they changed the taillights with the body of the grille, because the original ones, I want to say the blinkers were on the tailgate, but now the blinkers are on both the body and the tailgate for US regulations, if I'm not mistaken.
Mhm.
So that's why the trunks are completely different on your generation, pre-LCI versus post-LCI.
That's what the concept cars look like. Or that would even be a leak, honestly. Who knows?
It looks a little weird. It's a little weird for me.
If this was like put together, I might like it more. It looks like a Hornet. Like a yellow one of these. Oh yeah, this shit looks like a Hornet. Or like an Alpha.
It
I
looks
don't
like
know,
a
man.
nose. You know, like a skull. You know, like when your skull's like.
Yeah, when you got like a
Nostrils.
really big nose.
Yeah. I don't know.
If this was it, if it looked just like an M5, then
That would look clean. If it was that,
I'll
that
look
would look
clean.
clean.
It's
100%.
a little too long and like big for me.
Yeah.
That one almost looks like a Grand Coupe. That previous white one. That one almost looks very Grand Coupe-ish.
It's the weird size for me.
It's the weirdest nose for me.
The big nose. The lack of hose for me. I do like that paint though. We'll see.
Yeah,
Moving on.
Isle Man green.
Let's go on to the
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell unveils new house
New
wine.
house wine. The
Jalapeno.
jalapeno noir.
They have wine? I didn't know Taco Bell even had
Now they
wine.
have wine.
The-
Now you can get
it's-
wine
yeah,
drunk with their homies at Taco Bell.
and it's a Canadian wine. I didn't know Canadians make wine.
Oh,
Is
it's
it there,
available.
Brian?
What?
Do Canadians really make wine?
I guess so.
Interesting. It's
Wait,
sold
so-
out? What?
Yeah.
What?
It's Canadian made wine.
Oh, you have to be, and you also have to be 19 years or older to buy it. What?
We're all
19?
21 here. I know. Danny's like 24.
I'm like 24. I'm like old.
That's crazy though. You do not seem like you're 24.
Wait, what?
Like you do something seem like a 24-year-old person. Straight up.
Wow. Okay. Throwing shade.
Wait, I don't look like a 24-year-old? Is that what you said?
Yeah, you honestly look younger.
It's like the Asian thing, I would say.
I would say that.
Yeah. Which is cool, I guess, but yes.
So
Will you guys try this? Is it supposed to
you-
be spicy because it's like jalapeno or like what?
I have no idea.
I don't like wine. Period. So
Never
Why
had
is
it.
this in the schedule of today's podcast? Like, do you guys
Because
talk
I
about
saw
like
it and then I saw it in on my
Oh.
news feed and I was like, wow, this is kind of interesting. It's Canadian.
I feel it.
let's see what else we got. I mean, there's more M3 and M4.
I want to talk about the new big general new truck, the Photon.
You can screen share that. I'm at the bathroom.
Oh, okay. The big general
Okay.
new
I'll
truck.
bring you in.
You guys don't edit this? Like this whole thing right here is
Nope.
gonna stay?
We don't edit
We
anything
don't edit.
because
We
You don't
Yeah,
edit
well,
anything?
that involves work and I fill this up in a day. Like once this is done,
Oh my god.
here's the thing. We will start to put effort into this podcast once our co-hosts actually show up.
Co-host, white co-host. Like
Emmanuel and Marlon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sue
Do
me,
you guys have
yeah.
like a platform where you like post
Did
it
the
on,
face-
or is it just
did the face
YouTube?
look
Or
like-
like,
YouTube. Eventually, we'll find something. I don't know.
Oh,
That's if we ever have like
Figure some shit out.
the photon. Da da da.
what is this?
It's a
What
Chinese
is
truck.
that?
It's the F-150 basically,
Chinese
but
truck.
it's a Chinese company. They made it.
Okay. All right. All right.
There's really nothing
It's
fancy
very
about it.
boxy.
My favorite thing is they actually use a ZF 8-speed automatic transmission, which I think is the best transmission right now currently on the market. It comes in 3 engine choices. But yeah, it's actually a small truck, even though it looks big. Really nothing fancy about it. Oh, I like how
I can
you
tell
get
it
his
looks
mic.
small actually.
I couldn't tell it was small until I
Oh,
read it.
yeah,
It's like the
for-
size of a Ranger, which is like the size of a Tacoma. Like it's a little baby guy.
I can see it. It looks kind of like a Jeepy also because of how boxy it is and like just the railing, like the like portions on the rails and stuff like that
Yeah.
with the windows and things like that. I can see that. I feel it.
Right.
Hold on. There isn't there like a hold on.
What?
Didn't Chevy make a Bronco and then the Bronco looks really Jeepy also?
Ford made the Bronco.
Ford made the Bronco? Oh, I thought
Yeah.
it was a Chevy. Oh, that's the
No.
Blazer. Never mind. My
There
bad.
it is.
The Blazer also looks like a Jeep also. I feel like that looks like coming in or whatever. The Ford Bronco and the Chevy Blazer look Jeep.
Well, kind of. I think it looked amazing. The Bronco, and because it has a
I actually
manual,
like it better than Jeep. Hmm.
I would take Bronco over Jeep because I'm not a huge Jeep person. I'm a more
Yeah.
Ford person, but it also comes with a 7-speed manual transmission, which is really kind of cool.
Ooh, 7-speed?
Yeah.
Nice.
Because that's a crawler gear.
Oh, I like that.
So yeah, the general pickup truck, which is just a Chinese knockoff, kind of looks cool though.
It does look cool actually. The front looks really good.
Yeah, it looks
Even though
aggressive.
I can tell it's small, like the dimensions of it.
What do you want to talk about next?
What's on
Where
the
am
thing?
I responding to?
Actually, let's go and jump back into some technology and talk about this thing. Google Maps feature adaptive cruise control if you have Android Automobile in your car.
That's kind of weird, bro.
Adaptive cruise control?
I think that's kind of cool because it will automatically lower the speed or your speed limit that you're going.
Oh,
And
okay.
yes, so it will give you both, provide you speed limit and information on the current road you're driving on, and can also detect different sectors. So if like you're in Germany and you're on a de-restricted zone, it can actually raise the speed up if you have it set to like a max speed that you want to go to. But it will automatically adjust the speed limit that you're going to.
I feel like that's one of those things that's very
So you don't get caught speeding in the area because you don't know
Yeah.
the speed limit.
yeah. I don't know. I feel like letting Google Maps control my car, I would have to see how it's being used. Like you just said, if it's just for
Cruise control. No.
just for cruise control, then it might be fine. But
Yeah, it's not going to drive the car because you don't have self-driving yet. But it's also only available on certain models right now. Because you have to have Android Automobile, not Android Auto. Those are two totally different things. Android
Because you have
Automobile.
this on and you actually get pulled over for speeding because it's wrong, can you just blame it then? Like, wouldn't that be cool if you could just say it was their fault? Doesn't that sound like a lawsuit to you?
That is a lawsuit. I did not think of that at all.
Yeah. Because they're kind of like taking over the fact that like, oh no, we're gonna monitor you, like we're gonna monitor
Yeah.
your speed. Like if you do something wrong, it's
Yeah.
our technology that's doing it.
Yes.
So I feel like that might cause a problem with everything.
Because that's like the current lawsuit that's always happened with Tesla. Like, oh, with autopilot and mistakes,
Yeah.
you're still technically the driver of the vehicle, so you should be held responsible. But at the same time,
Hmm.
you're trusting this technology to do that.
well, that's the thing. Every lawsuit just get moved over towards the company that made the car or whoever made the software.
Yeah.
Like it's just Tesla's responsibility if my Tesla hits somebody, and I'm driving it, but I'm not actually driving it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're still ultimately the operator of the vehicle. You should be held responsible because you're supposed to be in control of the vehicle.
Yeah.
But I guess did they have lawsuits like that when cruise control came out? Because it's like, oh, the car's driving itself. I just have to steer. Whoa. If you rent someone, technically you're still the driver. It's just keeping you at a constant speed. Either that, or people nowadays are more likely to sue because they don't want to take responsibilities themselves. Could that be a thing?
That's probably a thing. But it's also America, and everyone just loves to sue everybody else because that's how people make money here. So
Yeah.
For real, dude. I know this one chick back in high school. She made like I think $50,000 because someone hit her with a car.
$50,000?
50. So it was some. It was a good amount of money because I think she like had some permanent brain damage. So she's like bipolar.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And she's like actually bipolar. I think she like went out and bought a BMW like the next day she got her check.
Oh my God, that's so
Like,
dumb.
Why would you buy a BMW?
Oh, here's the best part. It was like a 5 Series E60.
Oh, so it's gonna break.
Yeah, it's gonna break. So I feel like that's gonna drive her even crazier. But like she was just
Oh my God.
dumb as bricks, spending money on makeup, and I don't even know what happened to her. But
He like hit her or hit her in a car? Like,
hit her as she was walking.
oh,
And she might have been like walking somewhere, and I think like when she got hit, her head hit the hood or something. I don't know the exact story.
oh my God. Yeah.
So I got hit by a car once.
I got hit by a car twice.
I got hit by a car and squished into a wall because of it.
Did you complain? Did you sue? Did you do anything? You could have gotten money for that.
No, I yelled at Emmanuel.
Oh, okay. All right. What about you, Brian? What?
Because he was in my way.
Oh, so I used to bike to and from school back in high school, and this was my sophomore year, and I think like it was like October. It was actually October 3rd. I remember because I was Mean Girls. I was like, oh, I thought October 3rd, and I guess I was going up the left side of the road. Like I wasn't on the road. I was on the sidewalk. I was on the left side of the street. So the person that was pulling out of the driveway didn't actually look, and then they just went forward and hit me off my bike, and I like fell off. I had a couple scars on my foot, but that's about it.
And you didn't say anything? You didn't?
The lady actually left. She's like, "Are you okay?" And she's like, "I'm so sorry." And then she like ran away. So then, I told, like, I need some Band-Aids. So I just went to the front of the office at school, and I was like, "Hey, can I get some Band-Aids?" Then what happened was they were like, "What happened?" I was like, "Oh, I got hit by a car." And they're like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, just a car hit me."
Yeah.
And then they like filed the police report, and it's actually hit and run because she was supposed to stop. And
Oh yeah, she's supposed to.
she's supposed to stop, but like she didn't actually. I didn't notice at the time, right?
I wouldn't
And
do
the
that.
funniest part is like 3 weeks later, I got hit by a different lady.
Oh my
And
God.
like there's like actually a scar on the side of my leg from it.
Yeah.
Like she hit me, and the thing is, like she was on like some pain meds. She was like this old Indian lady. She was on some pain meds. I don't think she realized what was going on.
Mhm.
But then it was just the weirdest turn of events after because she like hits me, and then this is outside like the dollar store. So she went inside, got me some Band-Aids, but then she took me back to her house because my bike at this point, like the back
Ew,
wheel
bro.
was seized. She took me back to her house and like covered my wound with like turmeric and honey, which is like, supposed to like kill the germs or whatever. But like she covered it all up, and then my dad's like working in San Francisco at the time, so he couldn't come home right away. So when he finally came home, he took off and he saw how big this was. It was like a 2-3 inch scar.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah, maybe not 3. I think like 2.5. But either way, it was just this weird ass thing. And then like this lady, we didn't want her to pay for anything except for the cost of replacing my bike. So we tried to get her to do that, but she wasn't having it. She was like, "Oh no, like I shouldn't have to pay for it." So then her neighbor
What the
came.
hell? She could have been sued for everything
I was like,
else.
"Hey, you just hit my leg. I could sue you for literally all you're worth." Like,
Yeah.
So.
But you guys didn't? Like you didn't do anything?
It's like this old lady. My leg. It was like I had no broken bones or anything. I was fine. It was just.
Mhm.
It was quite literally just me getting scuffed up.
Yeah.
My bike got messed up, but that's about it.
Yeah. When I was in high school, there was this kid who, like, during lunchtime, I remember he came back into, like, the class right after lunch, and he was like, I just got hit, like, during lunch. And then everyone was like, oh, how did that go? And he was like, they, like, begged me not to say anything and just gave me, like, $700. And then he was like, so it's really cool. And I was like, dang, like, that was pretty good, like, for a high school kid. But I think you can get, like, a lot more now that I'm older, like, if that ever happened to you.
No, I mean, the thing is that some people don't have insurance, right?
Yeah.
So for people that don't have insurance, anything can get them, in serious trouble. And there could be a bunch of reasons why they don't have insurance. Some of them might not even legally be in the country.
Yeah.
So they can't get insurance. They might not have licenses. They might not have any means to even have a car. But if they hit you, if something happens, it can screw them. So a lot of times they'll try to pay their way out of it if they can.
Yeah.
Like the lady that hit me, like if I didn't think to call the cops at the time, but if I called the cops, she might have gotten arrested. Just because she even told me, she was like, I was under like this pain medication, and it kind of makes me tired, so I probably shouldn't have been driving. And I was like, okay, well that's gonna get messy.
Yeah, she should not have been. That's like pretty serious. That's like
and even though she literally she lives a half mile away from the store that she was at, right? It's literally like two signals, like two light signals, and that's about it. Traffic lights, whatever the fuck they call them here. But yeah, that's my crazy story.
That's pretty crazy. Like in that short time, she already just hit someone because she was that fucked up.
It was just bad luck. That's why I always thought October was a bad luck month for me. And it actually kind of turned out true. But whatever.
Oh, it's next month. You have like 10 days left.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
10 days to get prepared.
Yeah.
How's it going for you so far?
It's not October yet.
Yeah, it's not October yet.
It's approaching it.
It's approaching.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna like stay inside for like October. See, most like my fan falls on my head right now. Some shit. I don't know. We'll see what goes on. What else we got?
We have we talked about. Okay, wow, you just went away.
Mac users for women, bitches.
Why are you doing that? What's going on? Sure. Copy. Okay. So I guess I just want to bring it up. But we talked about the now it's working. The Maserati sports car. Well, they also have an electric version, which I found out. And it's 700 horsepower. That is cool. It's supposed to be more powerful than the twin turbo V6 other one. A little bit heavier, but I'm like, wow, cool. So yeah, electric car coming out.
Would you consider buying one of those?
If I had the money, yes. But if I had the money, yes. Over like a Ford GT, no.
Yeah, I ain't got no money, so.
But if it was between like say this, a Ford GT, an Aventador, what's Ferrari's big car?
I don't know Ferraris, honestly. I don't.
Okay.
I just know they exist.
I would take a Ford GT over all of those.
488 Pista.
Yeah, I'd still take this over that. I would take a Ford GT over that because the Ford GT is just cool. But I do like electric cars. I would probably but if you compare this if the electric, since it's electric compared to the other electric car, the Rimac. The Rimac's already been proven once. This one's new. But I think that one's more powerful because this one's only 700 horsepower because it's a tri-motor. Or is it? I don't know. Yeah, tri-motor. Yeah, the other one's quad motor. So one more motor for more power.
Wow.
Yay, more power. That's one of the big things I want to do to my IS after I get a daily driver, like a proper one. I just want to swap it and then have it as a track car or a drift car or something. Probably a drift car. But I can't drift, so maybe a track car. But I can't drive either, so maybe it's a car.
Oh my God, Ryan.
We'll see.
I would assume that you'd be a good driver, but you're not?
No. By Danielle standards, no. I feel like I'm a decent driver. I just, I'm not like a bad driver. Like I don't hit curbs or anything.
Mm-hmm.
But
okay, I've seen better, but I've also seen worse. So he's not terrible, but not amazing.
I'm like middle of the road. Like I can definitely. I'm not scared to drive. I feel like I'm a good driver in that aspect, and I have confidence on the road. But I'm no Ken Block, but I'm also no grandma or Asian mom. So depends on the day.
What is like your like problem? Like what's holding you back from being a good driver? Just to practice or like?
I think fear.
Oh, the fear of like actually not having the control over your car if something happened?
That and just mostly that.
No, I think you have almost too much confidence in yourself sometimes, but not enough at other times. You're like, oh, I can do that, but then you're the opposite of what you should be.
It's the wrong time to be confident. Yeah.
Yes. With too much
so
confidence when it's like really sketch, but like not enough when it's like normal driving.
when it's normal. Like I used to be scared to like drive like Niles Canyon until I like started to like I was like I can handle this, as long as I'm I can handle driving it. But then it's like sometimes I'll be like doing something stupid and I'm like, okay, I can do this, but then nope, it's a bad time.
Yeah, that's another time. That's like what I did at the track that one time. I was coming into that one corner way too fast. No, I downshifted and I was like, wow, that really helped out. So let's do it on the next corner. Downshifted, back kicked down, and almost lost it.
Yeah, I mean, Danny, you've driven on track, right? So it's like you kind of know that feeling of like when
I've
you're.
driven on the track. I've rode a passenger on the
Oh,
track.
you never driven?
Oh wait, no, I've rode passenger. Yeah, I haven't driven on the track though.
Bro, what? I thought you drove.
No,
But,
I've driven with my uncle, not
No,
on the track, but in the
She
similar.
shows up like the last like hour of the track day.
oh.
I always usually show up late because it's far, and then I usually come with someone who doesn't want to be there.
Well, then come by yourself.
So but it's also like I don't know.
I'll pick you up in the morning one
I
time.
feel like it's kind of boring if you're just sitting there by yourself watching everyone else drive. That's why I really wanted to just like go to work and spend money on my car so I can get it track ready.
Honestly, I think the next time I go, I'm not going to register my car and just go to hang out because I kind of don't want to track it.
Yeah, you can totally. It's honestly really fun just being like me and just like sitting there and watching people kind of drive their cars, and you can observe how they drive it anyways. Like it's not like you're not learning anything. You can see what they're doing.
I would say a little bit of money, but still go and have fun.
Yeah, but I'm like not a reckless, yes, but I'm a restless person. So like I have to like be doing something. If I'm just kind of sitting there watching someone else do something, I'm like, okay, well this is like, whatever.
Well, the thing is, you can always catch a ride, like literally for the whole time. Like but I mean, as long as you don't get like dizzy or like die and stuff, like like your energy or like the heat or anything.
It is.
Have you tried
tiring,
it?
Though.
It's tiring.
Tried track driving?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
I thought I could do it.
I mean, I think I can do it. I just gotta get another car, honestly.
No, you can take yours. Just don't because you're thinking like, oh, I need to go 100%. No, you don't. Just go out and have fun.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, you don't really like know like. I've seen like people not bring their like track ready car. Like they're not track ready. They just want to like practice how it feels like to kind of be under like that pressure, like like on the track with everybody else, and it just gets you more comfortable with your car.
Like mine is not a track worthy car. It's a base model 3 Series, but I'm still going out there learning it, having some fun. Did I push it 100%? And sometimes yes, and my brakes are.
But at the same time, it's like your car is like 9, 10, 11 months old, right? Like
no, it's a year old.
Okay, a year old. Wow, mine's like 18. So I don't,
I feel you though, Brian. Yeah. I feel you because with my car, the BMW, everyone tells me to go track it, but I'm like, I think about it like financially also. Like I don't want to like break it down. I'm thinking of selling it, and I want it to be a project car, but at the same time, it's like I know I can sell it even if I put miles on it, so I can. But it's like I have to like think about it, and I have a second car. I know you don't have a second car, so it's like that's also stressful.
Push it. Just go out and just feel it out. Just have some fun.
Well, I mean, it's like I haven't taken my car on a road trip even. That's how much I don't have faith in it. Like I was struggling with the idea of even driving it to SF to go see Elenium. Because I'm like, will it last? But then now I've done the math, and it's like I drive like 100 miles when I go on like a long just cruise, right? Yeah. So it can definitely handle going to like a track and coming back. I just don't know about on the track how it would handle.
I feel you because like you're taking so many like laps, and then it's a 3.5 hour drive to get there already. So the car's already running hot like once it gets there, and it's I feel you.
You could trailer it.
That's a lot of money. I think what I'm just gonna do, obviously I'm in between jobs right now. Once I like get a good amount of money, I'll just take it in to a shop and be like, okay, just go over it, tell me what needs to get done, and I'll just start ordering parts and we'll start doing it. But then once I know that everything on it is good, like everything that's like engine, suspension wise, so that it's safe, because that's the biggest thing. If the car's not safe enough for me to drive and I burst a ball joint, one, my car's gonna be totaled, 2, I might not even be here. Right? That's like
just bring it to my garage.
Even new cars
my
can break.
Yeah, that's true. I should take it out there, but again,
just take it there. Spend the day there. It's fun. They'll just go over your car, look over whatever.
Yeah,
you just want a multi-point done, basically.
I was gonna get it to. I was gonna bring it there for my AC, until I realized my AC servo motor was the only issue with it. So I just kind of hit that and it started working again.
Mm-hmm.
So I saved myself a bunch of time of not having to go to the shop. But we'll see.
Yeah. We'll see.
But yeah. Anything else you want to add to our nice little podcast, Danny?
We should have a little life updates.
Life updates.
Or you want to or is that not publishable on YouTube?
No, it's
publishable. Who cares? This is ours.
No one's watching us anyway.
Okay, well,
yeah, no one's
how
watching
have you guys
anyways.
been for the last couple weeks, months, whatever?
Chilling, man.
Yeah, no, really, I'm feeling pretty good. Actually.
Wake up, do school. I go on a run, watch TikToks.
Is that the schedule? You guys are doing online classes now, right? School started and everything?
I need to finish one soon. That's about it.
Do they use Zoom or
No, mine was online to begin with. So what happens is I have a week to do an assignment, and you need to submit one portion by Thursday and the second portion by Sunday. So you're just playing out around that.
That's pretty.
And how about you, Brian?
For me, I mean, I have classes Monday through Thursday, and then I usually have assignments due on the weekends. And next midterm season's coming up after this, so I got to study for those.
Okay. Lectures on Zoom or lectures on something else?
Lectures on Zoom primarily.
Oh, mine's the same way. Yeah.
I mean, how many units are you taking right now, or credits or whatever?
Okay, so I started and I thought I could take 15. I was trying to take 15.
That sounds like a lot.
Units. It's on a lot, and then I went down to 9. I went down to 9 because I took 6 off. Because I'm also working 3 different jobs, but they're part-time jobs.
Yeah, that's another thing. I always wonder because sometimes you'd be traveling for work and I'm like, what the hell does she do?
Yeah, no, I've seen you travel too. I'm like, what are you traveling for?
Yeah, because it's
San Diego.
I tutor around the Bay, everywhere, throughout, from San Francisco to Berkeley to San Jose. But then I also have a internship at a hedge fund in Berkeley that I have to go to at least once a week. And then in Monterey, I have a real estate group internship where I go every now and then, probably once a week also. But I do the Excel sheets or data sheets and bookkeeping through the computer anyways. So that's mostly what I do.
Oh, so it's mostly remote work at this point?
So when I buy my house, I go through you?
My bad.
Wait, what? What did you guys say?
If I buy a house, I go through you?
No, not really. I actually work on putting the deals together, good deals together, good square footage and then area that I can add to the square feet and the value of the house, ADUs and stuff like that. And then just looking for that, and then bookkeeping for projects construction prices and fees and time, things on that, in Excel.
Cool.
Yeah.
And that's what I do.
You do. I mean, obviously you have to travel a little bit, but do you do most of it remotely now, especially now COVID's going on?
I do a lot of the actual data entry mostly remotely. Yeah, remotely, that's completely remote. But then actually going out there and looking at the construction is the best part for me. But I don't do that a lot, so that's the funnest part.
I was always confused. I was like, well, what does she actually do? Because if you got 3 jobs, would you not want to consolidate that down to one, or do you like the different experiences?
Oh, okay, so my problem, the thing is, I've been like this since I was 19. I cannot pick one thing. I have a problem with this in everything in my life. It's even with girls, I feel I just can't focus on one thing all the time. With jobs, I'd love to just consolidate it into one. That's why I'm actually considering moving it. I really told myself I need to pick one already. So I think I'm gonna go with Monterey. I'm gonna go to Monterey and move there and then pursue the real estate one. It's more realistic for me, even though I do the tutoring and the hedge fund. I just feel it's not a conventional stable life. So that kind of gives me anxiety. So I think it's about time I just pick one already.
Real estate is a good
lucrative market
thing.
Yeah.
It is, yeah. It's also very hands-on and realistic, and it's fulfilling. The hedge fund is a very you do trades over the computer. There's no meaning in it. There's no things that you really learn. It's just trends and then other people telling you what to do. You make the money, but you don't feel any satisfaction. I feel it.
Okay.
So girls section, are we gonna have a discussion on girls now?
Non-existent.
There's a place that we can go, just you and I, a place where we can fly. All you gotta do is just release your mind. Prepare to say goodbye. Into your future you can say hello. And now it doesn't matter where we go. Promise life is better when you know. When you know. And together we can fly. We can go so high. So high. We can go so high. So high. We can go so
Weird, man. I don't understand like the alternate professions. And that's not because like
I'm the
I'm
same
like
way.
against them. I just don't understand them, so I just kind of like stick to. I always like associate with people that are like in my similar kind of mindset as to what they want to do.
No, I'm the same way because I don't get them either. It's very like it's very uncertain. Like the level of uncertainty with those majors or like life choices are just so high for me. I usually just relate with people who already have a set thing like science or STEM or like, math or, something just really set rather than like,
They do that. They have a really good plan. A lot of people that I meet that go and get like the liberal arts degrees don't have a great plan behind it.
yeah, that's a thing. So
I think
I
that's
don't
why
really
it kind
know.
of like deters me from it.
I don't
Yeah,
have a plan. What are you
which
talking
is
about?
weird. Like,
Like
What?
Daniel and I are the king of wing. Like with Daniel, and I have been winging things since like high school. But when
Yeah.
it comes to like life plans, it's like okay, we kind of can't wing all of that.
Yeah,
gotta know what you
so I have no idea what I'm doing.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah,
Well,
but you
listen-
chose to like pursue computers. Like that's a
Yeah,
solid.
exactly.
It
That's
is,
it.
but I'm not good at it.
Neither. I'm not good at programming either. I finesse, bro. I like.
Okay,
I'm
you're
right. I'm
good.
doing my resume
That's
right now.
finance either, dude.
Like
Yeah.
I can't even type goodly on computer. So what are you talking about?
We have Grammarly for that, but like quite literally, like I just make myself look a lot smarter than I really am. That's really what everyone does to get ahead in this life.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I feel like with the liberal arts stuff, you can't do that.
Yeah,
It's just
you can't.
I
yeah.
like plants. I know a lot about plants. Like, but where is that going to get you? Like, I don't really know. So I don't really know.
I mean, if you're willing to open up a business and you have that business acumen behind you already, then you can go ahead and do that. But
Mm-hmm.
again, it really just depends what you want to do because everyone says, "Oh, we need some of everything," but
Yeah.
everything isn't sustainable in the sense of like you can't build an entire life around something you love that much and be able to survive.
Some people do.
Yeah.
YouTube.
Some people do,
All
but
the
it's hard.
Some people do, but it's like also I don't really like when people use that like those some people as examples. You know how some people be like, I don't want to go to college because like these super rich famous people didn't go or like they dropped out. But it's like, yeah, because they got into the Ivy Leagues. They just didn't want to go. Like they were smart enough, they already knew they were smart enough. They just don't want to go. It's not like they didn't make it into like community college, like some people. So it's like
Or
yeah.
they went and didn't finish it because their side project took off.
Yeah, basically. I just don't like when people use that as an example of being like, I don't need college or I don't need this, I don't need that. It's like, no, you don't fully know what you're saying, really. So
I mean, that's all relative as to what you want to do because for some people, it's like some people need school to help them mold who they become. Like I think I'm one of those people. I don't think I'm not a good creator for myself. Like I kind of needed school to help me determine what I needed, but other people just kind of like have like they just come out and they're like, no, okay, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, and they just kind of get it done.
Right.
I think school's
That's
a
very
good way
weird,
for me to
though.
like kind of figure out what I like, what I want, what I don't want, and then just work around that.
I feel it.
Well, that's kind of what I said. You don't really need college unless you're going into like the education or medical field. You don't really, but some people do.
Like basically STEM.
Yeah.
Like STEM fields. I feel it. I don't know though. I just feel like it's a good foundation for most people because a majority of people who don't go don't end up doing anything, you know? Like that's just like facts and stuff, but I don't know. But also she's really into like doing acid a lot and I don't really like that.
Oh, okay.
That's kind of wild.
Yeah, I don't know. That's just different. So I don't really know what I'm gonna do. But
Yeah, see, that's another thing. Is like typically, like whenever you get into like that whole side of like the world, you get all the whoops and the potheads, like and like actual potheads, and
yeah.
you know the people that just kind of live off that stuff. And it's like, if that's the way you want to live your life, cool, but not me.
Is that Owen's car that just came up?
Yeah, bro.
Oh,
I made this and I forgot about it. And I just wanted to watch some like cool, like I needed some animation on the screen. Because if someone had an OLED screen, that has so much burn-in.
Yeah, the font looks super vanilla, but we'll figure that out eventually.
It's the same font as we used the other one. It just
I know, but it
The
just
name
looks
of our
like
channel.
vanilla in this scenario.
yeah. Well, I'll fix it because I need to make it longer. Because right now it's just 4 minutes long, so I have to keep like restarting.
You should put my car in this.
Send me a picture of your
My
car
car's-
and I'll
Wanna
add
go
it.
to Bucket Boys, dude. We were like, honestly, like the Bucket Boys could have been like a serious thing, but we just have
What is
no
Bucket
idea. Like we don't hang out enough for us to create good content together.
And
Like-
we want to, but some people are too scared to leave, or some people are too busy to do something, and
COVID.
chicken coop. So like,
Wait, what?
I mean,
What
well,
is Bucket Boys?
I was hoping to get like Marwin, Brian, Emmanuel, maybe even Diego. Just like have some fun or do something, but everyone has like busy schedules right now, or is too scared to leave, or is building a chicken coop.
Too scared to leave. What do you mean too scared to leave?
well, because I mean, because I
That
live
one, the middle one.
I live with people that actually can get affected by COVID pretty hard, so I don't want to. You know, that's like that's on me. You
Wait,
know,
why? You guys wanted to actually like meet up and do stuff, or like I
I
thought
mean,
this was
who
just a
knows?
podcast.
We could all go to a track day or something, but like we could film that or vlog that or just have some fun.
Yeah, start vlogging. I don't know. I have the Bristol broadcast with Crystal, obviously, and we kind of made those mostly for ourselves, just so we can kind of like look back on college and see how that treated us.
Mhm.
But you know, that's different.
How did you meet Crystal? And she's like your best friend, right?
So I mean, Crystal and I we had chemistry together.
Ooh.
Chemistry? I
Yeah.
thought she's like gay as fuck.
Nah,
or,
bro.
like, what is
Not that kind of chemistry, stupid. I meant like actual like cook and meth lab chemistry.
Oh, ew, okay. Why'd you gotta say like that? Like you should have just been like chemistry class. Like
Oh yeah,
Bro.
well, because I'm thinking, I was like
Bro,
trying to
do that.
remember, like so that's where I met her, and then we had like I think econ and government the next year, and
Mhm.
and then we had physics, yeah, and then we had physics at the very end, and then by then is like when we start to talk more,
Mhm.
and I mean Chris and I were like we were friends since chemistry and all that, but it's like once we both found out we were both going to San Jose State, we're like, hey, we should like maybe carpool or something,
Oh,
and
okay.
then so we started carpooling, and then it's like you know we were both engineering majors, so a lot of our classes coincided. So like, okay, how about we just build our schedules around each other's, so then we can always carpool, and we kind of kept that up and kept that going up until last year, yeah. And then like you know just through that and just spending a lot of time with each other, we kind of like we didn't really force ourselves to become best friends because like it was you know it just kind of worked, but it was like one of those weird dynamics where I'm a completely different person from who she is. She's very quiet. I'm very rambunctious and loud, and it just kind of worked.
Mhm.
We're
I think
like
that's
yin and
pretty
yang.
cool.
No, it's definitely cool. I mean, the origin stories on how I meet people are really cool. Like Daniel and I, we were friends because of some other kid named Joe Mata.
Yeah.
And then you know Daniel was very very quiet, but I knew he liked cars. And then I guess I had that in common too. And then eventually we just kind of we started kind of working together, like on tech stuff. And then next thing you know we're friends. And then you know, yeah.
So you think friendships like that when you guys are like opposites in a way, like when you know quiet and like talkative, like really
most
work, like they
definitely,
can
bro.
really work.
Most
Do
definitely.
you think they would work better or as good as people like who are like exactly the same, like really talkative, or just both really quiet?
I feel like people that are exactly the same will fight more.
I can see that. I can definitely see
No.
that.
I have a friend we're very similar, and we get along very well.
It depends. Depends on
You're
the
like
person.
a quiet, nice, polite guy. Like I feel like when you're both kind of out there, maybe that's the
Yeah.
kind of relationship where you would. So
Yeah.
I feel it. Do you think
No.
dating wise that can work out? Like one's
Hasn't
really
worked
shy.
out
One...
yet, so
It depends what that person's looking for. If they want someone similar to that,
You're right. True.
opposites.
Shit, I can't ask you guys because you wouldn't know. All
Well,
right.
yeah.
Okay, that's not true.
Good luck asking us.
Put some respect on my name.
Once we
But,
find out, we'll tell you.
Then give your opinions then. if it's
I
not
mean,
true.
my opinion on like, I mean, again, but like, but that's such a subjective thing because it's like, in the past 5 years, I've done significant amounts of growth, and I've kind of like learned what I want in myself and what I want out of a person. So that answer can change even in 6 months. All right.
Same.
Okay, but as it is right now, how you are right now, would you like
Someone
in
different.
your experience
Someone different, 100%.
different from you? You want
Like-
someone different from you?
Yeah, just because it's like if I have someone that's exactly like me, it's like I know what to expect.
It depends for me.
It's
If
a
they're-
person by person basis. Like I keep saying this, I can't like keep making these blanket statements about people.
Yeah.
Until
Mhm.
I meet the person. Like I'm very. That's what it is, bro. Like that's how friendships and relationships for both of those.
Mhm.
You can't
I feel
can't
it.
say you want something out of a person unless you know they have it to offer and you don't get it. But like I can't expect like my country loving friend to want to go rave with me, right? I can't expect my sober friend to want to go do drugs with me. It's like one of those relationships. It's like, you know, there's some things you just don't expect out of people.
Okay, how about this? Like, how about like if you really loved raving, right? And
Mhm.
you like occasionally like to use like drugs or whatever, hypothetically.
Sure.
Now, like, let's say you started dating someone and you found out that they're the type of person who would never want to try those things.
That's
But
fine.
that's like totally fine with you.
I'll just
Yeah.
go by
Do you
myself.
think it's like? Do you think though that that's like an indication of like their personality? Like they just don't want to kind of like adapt, like, or they don't really want to like try out things that you like though. Like
That's their
wouldn't you
no, that's just their values.
Because I had that idea about you. I thought you were like a crazy, like, woo, but now having a conversation like something like this, you're like kind of
Mhm.
like me in some aspects.
You're
Like,
cool.
yeah. Like,
Yeah,
I
but
originally
I'm
didn't
basically
want to have anything to do with you. But now
I'm like
you're actually a
though
really nice,
I'm like the
calm,
person that
cool
you
person.
don't expect. You know?
Yes, 100%.
But like most people are not like that though.
Yeah.
I would say, especially girls. Like girls are just very like whatever they are, that's how they are. Like that's just how the girls are. Like, you know, for the most part.
Not the ones that I
For
know.
the most part, they kind of are. Like they just, you know, or like for the most part, people who do go to raves, like honestly, they are like they act like the same. Like they kind of have the same mindsets. They're kind of
It
weird.
depends on the person because some of them
It
can
also
turn
depends
off
on the people they're around.
that too.
Like I know a
That's
couple
true.
of my friends, you know one of them, you all know one of them. When she's with me versus when she's with someone else, she's a completely different
Mhm.
person.
Ah, I feel. I don't like that though. You know, when
Yeah,
people will just change their.
that's the reason we started that group chat.
Ain't no coronavirus. You've been always wearing masks. Oh
I
man,
don't know, dude. I don't know.
I can ride an expose, bro. Don't even get me started.
Wait, what?
No.
No,
Please
it's just
don't
like
say.
it's like, but that's another thing that's like a very popular character that I've seen in some people. They are very good at creating different versions of themselves for different purposes.
Yeah,
Like,
and I don't like that. I don't.
I mean,
That used to be me. But
I think I do it just because I'm very different when I'm at home
yes.
versus when I'm versus when I'm with some friends and other friends, and
But
not like
honestly, I
bashing
don't
different-
feel like you do it, though.
I mean,
It's not massively.
but that's the thing. Like,
You know?
you haven't seen me in all those situations, right? You haven't seen me in my home life. You haven't seen me with my other friends. Like for me, usually, for the most part, I think the one thing that's kind of consistent, I'm very articulate and I keep my level head. But there are some friends I'm just like, hey, that kind of shit. But like,
Yeah.
it depends on who you're with and when they met you and how they perceive you.
I feel it. I don't know. I just feel like you like it's like like an authenticity that you can feel, and sometimes you just don't get that with certain people when you just see them always changing. Like
Well,
like the way that they act differently
Mhm.
also indicates certain things. Like I can act differently too, but like at my core, like I'm always gonna love staying home and like nerdy shit. It's like I'm not gonna be different. I'm not gonna pretend like I don't like it. But there are some people who do that. you
Yeah,
know?
absolutely. And I think that just goes more to like towards like the relationships between people and also perception. Because there are some things that you guys might not know that I love or that I really care about, like sneakers per se. I'm not going to talk to either of you guys about sneakers because you guys aren't like huge sneakerheads, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
shoes are shoes.
Exactly. To him, shoes are shoes, and to me, it's shoe. You know, shoes have like
Cool.
culture. Exactly, but it just depends. You know, I'm not
I
going to talk to like some of my other friends about my basketball. I don't know. I don't really talk to you guys about basketball either. But like, you know,
Mhm.
that's just it. Just depends on who the people are and what kind of energy certain things bring out of you.
See, the
So
thing that with me is I can hear or listen to like anything as long as I know you like are passionate about it. It's like that. Like I won't find anything
me too.
boring as long as I know you're passionate
That's me
about it.
too, because I like to learn new things too. So I'll like, oh, talk about
Yeah.
it. Sure, I'll try to play along and
Mhm.
jump off you. I'm not gonna know anything, but
that is why. That's why if I like when I start dating, I want to start dating someone completely different from me, so I can learn things. Because I like to learn.
Oh,
I'm
fun.
like I am. I think that's also why I can't stand just watching something and not doing anything about it. If there's an opportunity for me to learn, then I don't mind. Like whether it's podcasting, I love to learn through podcasting, watching YouTube video, reading.
Oh hell yeah.
I'm
I
just
thought
trying
this
to
was really cool. Like I can't really talk to you guys about like everything here, but I feel like I'm hella learning. Like I think I like that, you know, because I do like cars, but it's like what environment am I gonna absorb the knowledge? Like I'm not gonna like research all this shit because like I don't know what to like look up. But if I can hear you guys talk, like I feel like I like learn more, you know, through that.
definitely. And I think that's just also like creating the environment to learn and also being able to be around other people and you know observe, right?
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
you know, being at when I was working at BMW, there was an ability for me to observe more of what goes into the inner workings of a shop, inner workings of a business, and how the two collide, and you know, thinking about those things.
Oh, I feel it.
Like,
I feel it.
you know, that's just kind of what it is. Like I can imagine for you, you're learning a lot just going through 3 different jobs, you know, through doing all these different things
Mhm.
and trying to figure out what works best, what the best combination of all that is, etc.
Yeah. See, that's like the thing for me. It's like I love it too much sometimes that I need to like narrow it down. But basically, yeah.
Mhm.
I also like I'm thinking about like pursuing like computer science or like programming, but I think I need to stop myself sometimes, which is kind of sad. It makes me sad because it's like, you know, there's not enough time.
Well, because for me, I mean, I'm kind of the same mind. Like I have this Bible for C++ that I read sometimes, but I don't read it often. It's programming principles C++. And I mean, I just feel like for me, I'm trying to do too many things at once. Like
I
that's
feel the
kind of
same
why
way.
I have like a million tabs open. Like I got tabs open right now for car parts. I got tabs open for school. I got tabs open for the basketball game. You know, we got,
Mhm.
you know, that's just kind of how my mind works. Like I always have something I can be doing, but I'm just not great at finishing.
you want some tabs? There you
Yeah,
go.
I'm the same way.
That's even crazier than mine.
Damn, okay. You just got the icons up there.
Yeah, at that point.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've had worse. This is actually cleaned up.
Oh, okay.
I think the most I had was 57.
57?
I think that's only 30 or something like that.
Will these just get smaller and smaller like the more tabs you have?
Eventually goes to no pictures.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh, okay, I see it. I can't do that shit. I need to know what they are. Like at least a little bit.
And that's the thing. Like it also kind of like a, you know, it's a visual representation of what I give, of what I let live in my head. So if I have like something that I've wanted for a long time and the tab's always open, it's like I kind of make a decision: am I gonna buy it or am I gonna go forward with this, or am I just gonna let that sit there? And then most of the time it's okay. If I don't need it, then I'll just get rid of it, and it kind of clears it up for me.
Well, that's like me. Like I have this one. I guess for some reason it's not open, but I have a watch that I want, and like I have that one open. Like I want to get this Omega Speedmaster. Like that's a watch I want to get. I also have a shirt that I made if it decides to load. Or yeah, because I already ordered it. Then I have Beat Saber stuff like for mods, like to have fun with. Porsche because I was customizing a Taycan at one point. Tesla because I was customizing a Tesla at one point. BMW, car ID. This is probably a brake calipers because I was wondering if I could try to fit them from a 5 Series to a 3 Series. Just random stuff that I have.
Exactly. That's like But again, it also all comes down to like how distracted I can get. Just because being behind a computer, especially now that we're all online,
Yeah.
it's like if I have all these tabs open, I'll just be like, oh, well, what can
And
I
I
look
do that. I just jump from one tab to another. Like I'm doing right now. I'm looking at brake pads for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
I feel
That
it.
happens, man.
I want yellow stuff.
Danny, what are you planning to do for the next year? What's your next?
The next year. Okay, this is my game plan. Like, I think that I'm ultimately gonna decide on giving up the other two to go pursue real estate in Monterey. So I think I'm just gonna go move out there, probably get like an apartment. But honestly, I would love to do like an FHA loan for buying an actual house there.
So
Mm.
cool.
And then, do you guys know what the FHA loan is? Like,
A little bit, yeah.
Federal Housing Act?
it's basically like when you're like if your first home, right? Your first home in the US, you can only use it once though. You can apply to buy that house for less than 20% down. So I'd probably like aim for 5% down, so I'd have more capital, but my monthly would be higher.
Yes.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
You only get that opportunity once, so I would probably do that. Monthly's higher, but I'd either like rent it out or fix it up and sell it. So then
Duplex. Try to get a duplex.
that's true, but yeah, I'm like exploring the different options, and I think I would probably buy it in Monterey and stay over there, and then just
Yeah.
pursue that.
Well,
I want to get my master's,
Okay.
and honestly, other than that, I don't really know anything else. Like lifestyle wise, I don't know. I can't really say.
Just keep grinding and then figure stuff out.
Yeah, I mean, like that's pretty much like how I am. Like I've always just been like I'm just gonna keep like grinding and grinding because that's what makes me happy.
Mhm.
It kind of scares me though because I don't feel like I'll ever have like an end. But at the same time, I like that like about
Yes.
myself. Like I'm never like
That's like
I'm
me
never
now.
gonna
You need to
be like,
constantly
what
doing
else?
something.
Yeah, like constantly be doing something. So I don't know. A lot of people be like, oh, I'm gonna get married and like blah blah blah, and I'm like, I don't really know. I don't really care. So yeah.
I do eventually.
I want to get all my goals taken care of first, and then I'll think about that.
Yeah.
I do too, because I feel like once you do, you have to like stop a lot of them.
Yes.
I think if you're
And
in
it
the
gets
wrong
more
relationship,
expensive.
if you're in the wrong relationship, you have to stop everything.
I think even if you are in a good one, you have to stop some. Because like a relationship, I felt like I used to think of it as like a vacation, right? Like the person that you just really enjoy being like with it, like with all the time. Or not all the time, but like love getting away with, like away from life. But in reality, it's kind of like a job, like another career. Because you have to take it really seriously and it's not always gonna be good. And you have to allocate
water it,
time.
take care of it, burp it every once in a while. It's just
Yeah, you have to like develop it or whatever. And I'm just like, dang, okay, so then you can't have like two big careers, you can't really balance that in your life. So I don't really know if I'm like
It depends on the person. Again, this is all very person based and person subjective.
it is.
Some people can do a full-time job and manage, dealing with kids and also still be going to school and everything like that.
Some people really can, but that's like rare.
It is rare.
Like, and there's one person I know that he can balance work, family, and social life very well. And I'm just like, where do you find time to go to sleep?
Yeah,
Like,
especially social life with
yeah.
that.
Like I see him, he gets to bed at like 11, wakes up at 4, and then he's just like nonstop until
Yeah,
11
I know who you're
the next
talking about,
day.
but
I'm just like, how do you,
But he's found his balance because that's the thing. Like he's in a place in his career where he's in his bag and he knows what his value is. He knows how to leverage his value at work. He knows how to be efficient at work as well as how to bring out the best in other people.
Yeah.
And how to bring out the best in his work. So I feel like once we start to get one of those pillars down, like once I get my degree and I figure out what I want to do and I start getting at it and I grind and I get that taken care of and solidified for the time being, then I can start putting more time into, okay, well, where do I want to live? What do I want to do in that sense?
I think that's true. That's true.
But you have to get into your bag because for me, even when I was working at Pizza Hut, it's like I was nervous and that was always something I had to worry about. Once I got the hang of it and I just walked in like I'm the shit and I know what I'm doing, it's like that's just like, okay, I just gotta do this and I can go home and I can do something else and feel refreshed.
I feel it.
So I feel like
accomplished, right?
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say like you also feel accomplished, right? Like because you mastered that Pizza Hut thing, like
exactly. I mastered it, and I mean obviously it's gone now, but it is what it is. For you, Danny, I feel like once if you plan to actually get like your full real estate license and you do all that, then it can really help you out if you continue this internship. You know,
True.
I mean, moving to Monterey would be cool. I think I've been there like once, but I don't really like know much about living
It's a
there.
really nice area.
hmm
And
It's
you
like
don't
my
have
kind of
to-
thing.
And I'm not a huge beach person, but I kind of like it down there.
Oh, Monterey's nice. Like the beach is nice, but also like the community is nice. It's very white.
More
Like
quaint.
white and relax.
I wonder why she wants to move there.
Oh my god, the girls are like
Yeah.
beach girls, so
Barbara's way up there.
very cute. Very different from Bay girls. Like I just feel like they're just more simple and calm. I don't know.
Yeah.
So you mean they all dress the same and listen to Taylor Swift?
No, it's the more laid back kind of like beach vibe, just like kind of go with the flow. Up here we're more work, school,
Yeah,
social
the Bay
life.
Area is
Down
like-
there it's more
it's
like all
grinders
over the
paradise.
place.
The Bay Area and New York.
Yeah.
Grinders
And LA.
paradise.
I think the thing is like up here it's more like, you know, like work, school, and impressing people. And
Yeah.
but the impressing people part I don't like. It's like you shouldn't need to feel like that. Like
I
I
do
think that's the
sometimes
funniest
still.
part about me. Like, I because I came from Canada, obviously, and no one really gives a shit what you do there. It's like, you know, aside from obviously like people wanting to impress people in high school, wanting to impress people in middle school, but it's like here, everyone's just trying to like, you know, flex.
flex. Yeah.
You know, like you got the guys that like stand up and they're like, ooh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
check out this, like, you know, I'm just sitting here like, okay, just give me like 5 black t-shirts, 5 black pairs of jeans, and a bunch of shoes, and I'll be good.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care about any of that. You know?
Like it was weird the other day. I got a compliment on my car. I'm just like, what? Okay, thank you. Like
Like, thanks,
Like
man.
I was just doing it for myself, and when someone like really liked him, like that's kind of.
I mean, but that's different. Like you're a car guy. Maybe they might have been a car guy. I do that all the
They
time.
were. We worked together, but I was like, I wasn't. That was shocking. I'm like, I've never seen like someone's like, well, I really like how it is. And I was like, cool. Thank
I do
you.
it all the time, man. Like if I see somebody on the road, like, because I feel like those kind of things just make someone's day.
Yeah.
You know, like if I see someone on the road, you know, they're enjoying their car, and like, you know, if it makes a bunch of noise or whatever, or if there's just a cool ass car, I'll look over them, give them a thumbs up. They're like, hey.
I've had that once. It wasn't my car. I was in an i8.
I remember you told me that story. Yeah.
I borrowed it for lunch from one of my coworkers.
God.
Coming down home, and I was going down like the back street, and it's a performance-y car. Hug the corner, doing like 35, just around the corner. I look behind me. I see this Mercedes, like older Mercedes, just fly around the corner. Whoa! I'm just like, whoa! I don't think they lost anything, but they came around quick, like I did, trying to keep up with me.
Ooh.
She was probably 60 or so.
What?
Older lady with like a high visibility work jacket. She was like, nice car. Like my window's down. Like I was like, don't make eye contact with her. She's like, nice car. I'm just like, thank you. And she pulled behind me. I'm like, what was that?
That's cute though.
I was like, that's so cool. Like I was not expecting that. I was just like, I like driving because it's fun. It is kind of cool to show off too.
Yeah.
Because it is a kind of a showy offy car. But it's also a nice one.
car. I mean, for me, like, I think the weirdest thing is like when people, like, especially after I got my exhaust, and people can actually hear my car. They're like, "Yo, is that an IS with the 2JZ?" I'm like, "Yeah, but it's NA." And they're like, "Yo, it's still sick as hell. You gonna turbo it?" I'm like, "Maybe." They're like,
No.
"Sick, bro." I'm like,
Quad turbo.
"I can't afford that. I can afford maybe one turbo.
No, you need 6, 1 per cylinder.
That's not quad dipshit.
I know, but make it. What was that? Hexy?
I don't have engine space for that. It's a tight ass car."
Just put on the hood.
Yeah, you're right. We'll see. We'll see where it goes.
Air cooled.
Anyways,
Yeah.
we've been at this for like about, oh, holy shit, like
It's been 2 hours.
That's crazy, man.
In 2 hours.
Although personally, I think my favorite part of the podcast is like when we talked about our feeling and what we want to do with life.
And I'll keep most of this in. I just have to bleep some names out.
I mean, I thought, is this like a
Edit
focus podcast, like on a certain like subject?
No, it's just.
It's called the law of traction. Honestly,
I
think
wanted it to be the Bucket Boys because we can talk about anything, but law of attraction, it's car stuff. But
Because I know people
Yeah.
actually make like a good following on like podcasts if they really keep up with it, you know, or
yeah,
something.
and we've been doing pretty good at it. It just we're unprofessional. We try to get we're trying to get 2 other people on like to be every day, but
Mhm.
it's hard work.
Honestly,
to get
I'm
multiple
on
schedules.
the
I don't
verge
think
of
they want to, so
giving
I don't
up,
want
like
to do
working
it
with
anymore.
people.
Wait,
I
what?
feel like just having a rotating guest might be easier because trying to schedule. We could never schedule anything together regardless. So now trying to like get people to regularly come through to a podcast is hard. So Daniel and I have both done every single one, but we'll see.
I feel like Owen would do it. The thing is, like, he has work every day, but like I feel like he would do it if he just started getting into like the routine.
Yeah,
And that's just hard to get.
Yeah.
So.
And we do a Sunday at 3 p.m., which is a hard time, but it's also a good time because you're not really busy, but it's also a Sunday at 3 p.m. It's cutting your day up in two.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if I push him, I think he'd do it. I think he'd be like interested.
I think he'd want to.
It really just comes down to all of us, investing a bit more time and honestly a bit more capital into it. Because I've been wanting to get a mic, but the mic I've been wanting is sold out. Has been sold out for 2 months.
Well, also because of COVID, everyone's using it for streaming. Like I'm using a cheap Rode mic. It was like $50.
A mic. You want a mic?
Ideally, if we could all like meet up at one central location, like do it in someone's garage or something.
Oh.
And then
yeah, but you're too scared to leave.
Dude, you should totally just go to our garage. Like, there's an upstairs like platform that overlooks all the cars. Like, that'd be a really cool backdrop or whatever. Well, the noise though, but.
Like, I'm using this one, which is it works.
I mean, well, because like
I
have the setup for like a proper studio mic, so I might as well just get the studio mic while I'm at it.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
I don't think this sounds terrible.
It doesn't sound bad at all. But again, it's also like for us, we have to, each record. We have to like to do all that. So I feel like, I would love to continue this and see where it goes. But, and I definitely, and there's no doubt I want to do it. It's just like, we got to kind of find our bag. And once they find our bag and find our audience, then.
Yeah. And that's the thing. We need to market more. And I'm not marketing. But
I'm barely marketing because I try to keep my marketing strictly towards my Atlas Noir brand. But
how is that
on my cart? Yeah, how is that? I heard you just hit, what was it, 10,000 views?
Yeah.
I had 10. I mean, that's another thing. Like I hit 10K streams.
Yeah.
Because the original guy that I remixed for, he posted on his SoundCloud, and so we got a bunch of streams there, and I'm like, that's cool, but at the same time, I don't really care. It's like, yeah,
you care.
I mean, but like, no, I cared in the moment because I'm like, wow, it's like 10K, it's a cool mark. But that doesn't necessarily translate to people liking the rest of my music, translates to becoming a fan. They just heard the song, they might have liked it, that's cool. But like, to grow
have you viewed it recently?
What's up?
Have you viewed it recently?
Viewed what recently?
When was the last time you viewed it?
I don't know, maybe 2 days ago.
What do you think is that now?
Probably 10.11, 10.1.
Do I have the right one?
If I can say 23.
Yep.
Oh shit, you must have marketed it more.
23,000.
Cool.
So that's like really good, right? Like comparatively to everything else. Like
that is pretty good, yeah. But I mean, and like, I've gained a few followers as a result, and that's it's obviously like my highest performing remix ever, but at the same time, streams and plays are just plays. They don't translate to money. They don't translate to relationships, but this does help. The only thing that it matters when you're coming up is that you need to show that people listen to your music.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm not saying those are real or legit or fake plays, but who knows? That could be changed, right?
23,000 views, but only 480 likes. Well, I'll like it. I'll just need to sign in. Give me a second.
Again, that's a like rate. That's a pretty common like ratio. For some people, it's
yes, it is.
Depends.
100%.
Like
because like YouTube videos, some of them have like crazy high videos, but only like 1,000 likes.
Like my Elenium edit I put out a few months ago. That one is a lot more organic because I control all promotion on that. That was strictly on my thing. And
you also need to pay for that. What? Do you need to pay to like it?
What's up?
Do you need to pay to like?
I don't need to pay to like.
Well, then what's this random page it's sending me to?
I don't know.
Like, I click it and it's just like, these people.
I don't know. I know what you're looking at, but
like, oh, there we go. Oh, it's just a playlist.
Yeah, exactly.
I like one of your playlists.
Thanks, man. But that's the thing is like for me, knowing where my audience is and controlling it all myself is easy. So
how has it been though? Like, has it been just steadily growing for you?
It's not big, but it's like, but like I know there's like a good like 30 to 40 people.
I think I did it.
Okay.
I think, yep, 462 likes. Yeah, you're welcome.
There's like if there's 30 to 40 people that I can send a track to, I know they'll listen to it and they'll be honest about it and tell me they like it and they'll add to a playlist or share it to their friends.
100%. You've sent me stuff and I haven't listened to it, but that one you just did is my favorite by far. It's on.
It's like, that's real. Like, but that's the thing is that
like
I
it's
also know that there's a lot
in
of
my
people,
playlist
huge
of
follower
rotations.
counts, a lot of people that have all of these like big accolades behind them, but then for this kid to come out with less than 500 Instagram followers and then break the streaming record on this very same virtual festival at 11 p.m. Pacific time, so like 2 a.m. Eastern time, and I'm not even headlining it, and I still have the most concurrent viewers.
Yeah, like
Wow.
like
Yeah, exactly.
on my playlist, me 23.75 is my current playlist. You're right there near the bottom because that's just how it added it up, but
That's fine. But like that's the thing is like for me, you know, I was that alone kind of made me realize that play counts and follower counts are overrated. And at the end of the day, it comes down not only to if people like your shit, like hit the like button, but if people actually go ahead and interact with what you're doing. So engagement. You know, that's just the truth of it.
How many how much more like consistent like followers have you gotten after that thing blew up?
I mean let's see. I think I gained like 50 followers after a sample pack I dropped. Not a sample pack, sorry. After I dropped the mashup pack, and that was with the different thing. That only has like about 1,000 plays, but it just goes to show that people liked the mashups and they liked the music that was on there. Like they liked some of the ideas I had. So those obviously get me followers.
Yeah.
And just learning how to market that. So it ultimately comes down to like what can people use this music for? Because DJ edits are a lot easier to promote than just a regular song. Because a song is meant to be listened to.
Yeah.
A DJ edit is meant for DJs to play. So if a DJ can play my track or if they can play an edit of mine, and if they can use it in their sets, then it's like there's more likely to follow me as a result.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
It's just it's like it's one of those things that like I understand to a decent extent. There's also a lot more for me to learn, right? Because there's so many different schools of thought as to how you can go about it to become the next big thing, or if that's what you want. But at the end of the day, it's like, for me, I think I would be happy if I could make a living off of it and be able to like live comfortably. I don't really care about placements. I don't really care about play counts. I care about if I can support myself and enjoy doing it.
Like monetize it and then enjoy it.
Yeah, monetize it, but also have the creative freedom to do what I want. Which is
Are you
very
like
hard.
dedicatedly like working at it still, like all the time?
I try to. Like I have tracks in the vault, but it's also a matter of I am very big about quality, and if it's not up to my standard, it will never come out.
Oh, okay. All right.
Because I see so many producers that have produced for more time or less time than me, and like some of them are better quicker, right? That's just kind of how things are. I've been doing this for a little bit, but it's like I know when I make something I like, I know when something's gonna resonate. And I see some people that are just tossing out tracks like it's nothing, but they all sound exactly the same, like they're ripping off Millennium. I'm like, go fuck that. I could do that 1,000 times over and get a bunch of plays, but I don't care about the plays. I care about making
the quality, not quantity.
Fucking music.
So if COVID like wasn't here, would you actually have tried to like get up like on some lineups or like maybe play in like some clubs or something like that, or like? That's
a whole different political game. I would probably try to. Because like you need the connections, because a lot of times like We Dream World and these other, I probably shouldn't name names, but like other they have their own roster and they have their own people that are coming up and they want to help them get on lineups. Then like regardless of like how it's never really been about how good the music is, about who you know.
Do you like making it more or DJing it more?
It goes hand in hand. I think I like DJing more just because it's easier, and like.
Well, then why don't you start Twitch streaming?
Because that also requires a bunch of capital I don't have to invest.
What capital? What is it?
You just need a board.
I need a board. I need to
borrow mine.
Yeah, I mean, but it's not just the board. Like, it's for me to be able to do a good quality setup and have it work.
Yeah.
It's like I need to invest in obviously I can buy a board right now if I wanted to.
But like hacks going on. Like his like I've been watching his Twitch streams lately too, and he put time and effort into that one too.
Exactly, but it takes time to build up. But it's like
Yeah.
I have to have this knowledge of how to run a Twitch stream.
Yeah,
So I have to
and he
practice
spent I think he told me he spent like a month getting the commands work for his lights,
exactly.
which
So-
is so cool because you can type it into the Twitch chat and it actively works his lights in his room.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
like
also-
for other people to type it in?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you type in like
Oh, that's
exclamation
sick.
point BMW, and then for 60 seconds the lights are blue and white.
Oh, that's sick.
And
Yeah.
like, so say if you did one and I did one, it like back to back cues it, and then like it goes from like BMW, which is blue
Oh,
and white,
that
to like a firework effect. It's super cool. But it's the light. I found out the lights are like super expensive. For a 25 pack, it's $500.
Yeah,
500.
exactly. So it's
Yeah.
expensive.
And
Oh, are these the ones that are like the triangles or like those?
yes, but his was square.
Nanolite,
Nano
Nanolite.
leaf. Yep.
Oh,
Nanolite.
yeah, yeah. They're hella expensive.
Because for me, I can't go full into that because first I want to have my own place. If I'm gonna do
Yeah.
all that stuff, I want to be able to like wake up and do like a 1 a.m. stream if I want to. I can't really do that when I got thin walls and I live at home and I got parents that like to sleep.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
if it, like and that's another thing. Like for me, if
Let's
we
all get a
were-
place. All three of us.
I'm not moving to my
Oh
house.
my god.
I'm not moving to my
I
house.
honestly don't even know if you guys would like living with me, to be honest.
Are you clean? And
If you're clean, yes, that's the biggest thing.
I'm only clean in my own area. I mean, no. I'm only clean in shared areas. Like
Okay, then you're
areas
fine.
that you go into, it'll be clean. But my
Yeah.
own like room,
My
like
room,
you can
terrible.
come in there.
The rest of the house, that's
All I
pristine.
ask, will your room smell if I?
Oh no, smell is like my thing. Like it might look like shit, but smell is like really important to me. Like no.
I got the candles going on right now.
See, okay.
Yeah.
I am allergic to scented candles.
Yeah, I don't really do scented candles either unless someone's coming over.
Okay, yeah, then I'll probably hold off on that. Wait, can you do cologne?
Yeah, I can do that. I just
Oh.
can't do scented candles. I think it's the wax.
Oh,
Because I know it, if my I get home sometimes after a long day at work, I'm fine. Walk in the door, instant headache. Look on the counter, there's a candle there.
oh, that's the worst. Okay, I think I get what you mean. I mean, those are all things I could change, but like,
But if
Again.
you just have in your room, the door's closed, you're fine. It doesn't. But sometimes like the candle's on and we're making bacon, it didn't bother me because I could smell the bacon more than the candle.
that would smell disgusting.
You couldn't smell the candle at all because I
You
can only
seem
smell the bacon.
picky, Daniel. Like
What?
really picky. You seem really picky.
You think he's
No.
50? I'm worse, bro.
Specific.
No, I'm not
Really?
picky. I would say I'm quite chill. Almost too chilling sometimes.
I will be a chill roommate for the first month, but if you're like actively dirty or you aren't picking up your slack, I'm gonna be like, yo, what the hell are you doing?
Sometimes I'm lazy, so like I'll use the same glass all day.
That's fine.
So I'll drink glass in the
That's
morning. I'll leave it on the table. Come home, use the same glass, or sometimes I'll get another one, and I'll just have like 2 or even 3 at night, and then I'll take all the rest and just kind of wash them up.
I would just get everyone to get a water bottle, and then you can do.
Yeah, but I don't like
You
using
sure?
water bottles when I'm home because I'm home. I want like glass.
That's each their own.
I don't have a glass on the table right now, but I
I
have
like
one at home.
I like plastic bottles and disposable things because
Oh,
See,
I mean,
Don't.
environment or whatever, but I'll just throw it away.
I mean, environment's like whatever, but like for me, it's like some people just have a collection of those in the room. I'm like, yo, you gotta throw them bitches out.
Okay, yeah. Don't look
Oh,
in my
no,
bathroom
just
then.
throw it out.
Don't look under my cabinet in my bathroom.
Oh my god.
I have toilet paper rolls. I just haven't bothered throwing away.
Oh.
I
That's
threw away a
different.
lot of them because it was affecting the lighting underneath the sink.
Okay.
But because I just got lazy and just haven't bothered. But they're like in a cabinet, like closed away.
Wait, toilet
thought-
paper rolls?
Yeah, the cardboard part.
Rolls?
Yeah, the cardboard part.
Why do you not just throw those away or
Because
recycle
I'm just
them?
because I have a garbage in there. I don't want to throw in the garbage. I'll put it in the recycling. But I'm in the bathroom. Like I don't want to go out there, so I just open the cabinet, take the new one out, take the roll, throw it in the cabinet, close the door, and put the new one on.
Oh, that's pretty specific.
Yeah.
Pretty.
I'm there's probably other things I'm leaving out, but for the most part, I would say I'm.
If I move out, I want to move out to be alone for a little bit.
Yeah. That's me.
completely alone. Like maybe if I have like a neighbor, like a friend is a neighbor or whatever, that's fine. But like in terms of my own space, I want to be able to come home and sit in silence or choose not to sit in silence.
Yes, because
I don't want to have like
that was
somebody
me.
over and over. I want to have somebody and they're like, I'll watch a TV all the time. Like even now, the biggest reason I don't leave my room half the time is because I don't like the sound of the TV on all the time. Unless, it's just one of those things where it's like I like to have my peace and quiet.
Yeah.
And I need that for like at least a year before I consider roommates.
Mm-hmm. And that was like me, because I found that out when I was traveling, like when I went on my road trip 2 years ago.
But don't you love the peace and quiet?
It was so nice, especially if I'm home alone and just like quiet.
Yeah, that's the best part. When especially before COVID, when everyone wasn't home, that was like my favorite time to be home.
Yeah.
Just because then I can crank my speakers, I can do what I want, take care of what I need to.
And then like at night, windows open, TV at good volume, not too loud, just watching them like, okay, it's time to go to bed.
And we really potting today, man. This is like actually one of my favorite.
I know. I just saw Danielle yelling.
Is it this still on it though? Or are we editing this out though?
No,
we're not getting
that one part out.
This is all good quality
When
content.
y'all drop news, but that's about it.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, honestly, I'm getting kind of hungry, so I kind of want to call it at this point.
Yeah, I'm good with that. Y'all
Okay.
feel good. We do this again every Sunday? Or what?
We do this every Sunday.
Sundays around this time.
All right. Sounds good.
Cool.
I mean, if you ever want to hop on again, or I mean, honestly, like we don't have to do a podcast, but like, I do want to hang out with you guys at some point.
We need to do it. I want to do a game night. Game night one time. That's just so much
I'm
fun.
down.
Among Us. Let's play Among Us. I haven't played it yet, but I heard it's fun.
Oh, I haven't
What?
played it either. Owen's been
What was
trying
it?
to get me to play it.
Among Us.
Among Us.
What's that?
It's like Mafia, right?
Yeah, pretty
What?
much.
Okay.
Like it's like so.
Oh, is it that the animated one? The one that I said looks like cross between the TFL
Yeah.
and something else?
Yeah, yep.
that one.
But it's a mobile game. I don't mobile game.
No, they have a PC version, I think.
Oh, cool. I'm down for that. Because there's this game I've been wanting to play for the longest time. And I just have it. I made it. It's in my little Amazon box right here.
You made the game?
Well, there's a spider in it.
Wait, what?
We're still recording. I'm saving that.
Oh my god. Which
Switch
chapter?
check.
Let me kill a spider real quick.
Oh my god, okay. We should play League of Legends. Like, honestly, it gives me anger issues, but we should still play.
I don't even have League. I don't have the reason I don't game on this computer is because all of my space is for music stuff, and I don't want to delete any of my music stuff for it.
You don't have another computer?
I mean, I don't have one that can run it. I got 7 gigs.
Yeah, I don't know where it went.
So I got to clear my hard drive out first. And like I gotta get a second hard drive for me to do anything. But
Yeah, you do, bruh. You do.
Yeah.
anyways, let's can we like cut this so I can.
Yeah, I'm down. Is there like an outro? Do you guys have an outro?
No, we don't have an outro, but there's a spider somewhere around here now.
Danielle stopped the recording. So
I don't know where it went. I guess I'm sleeping out in the dining room today.
all right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for tuning to this episode of Law of Attraction. I know there's probably no one watching at this point, but if there is,
There's
pretty
definitely
cool.
no one watching.
Oh, for
Where did
sure.
it go?
All right, Daniel, cut the recording.
There's a spider somewhere. I
Oh my
lost
God.
it. I think I have to burn my room now.
Daniel, you're a pussy. Spider's not that scary. You just
It was a big one too.
You can kill them.
How do I do this? I'm using my knee as my mouse. Stop. Share. No.
Use a
Stop.
leave button. Zoom.
Stop recording. It's still recording. Motherfucker.
How do I do this? Oh, no. Stop share.
Stop recording.
All
Stop
right.
recording.
All right.
He's still
All right.
recording, bro.